Good evening. Welcome to Channel 3 TV. This is Dick Herman. Diana Palmer's with me. We're waiting for Eric Shaka, the Nantucket senior, out into the field for Nantucket High School. Number 7, Porter Fraker, wide receiver. Number 8, Kevin Martin, the kicker. Captain, number 14, quarterback Alex Treby. Running back, number 25, Chris Gardner. Defensive linebacker, number 27, Hunter Mickelson. Offense and defense wideout, number 33, Jordan Seitz. Guard, number 50, Butch Heiser. Tackle, number 52, Matt Boynton. Guard, number 56, Brian Gowacki. Co-captain and center linebacker, number 61, Captain Joe Hallett. Tackle, number 64, Jason McGrath. Guard, number 68, Nick Lepre. And tight end, defensive end, number 80, Victor Farentella. I'd like to mention all these fine seniors will be playing their last football game for Nantucket Whalers. And I'd like to mention that all these seniors today are brought to you by some fine Super Bowl sponsors. Diana, mention some of our fine sponsors for the folks.
Yeah, some of our special sponsors for today's Super Bowl include David Watts Heating. They do both commercial and residential, and they want to say go team. Glidden and Glidden asks you to support your local Boys and Girls Club, and they say good luck Whalers. Shepley Wood Products, they say beat Greater Lawrence. Holgate and Coletti Construction Company, good luck number 81, go Whalers. P&M Reese Trucking, best of luck Whalers. Harry's Mid-Island Auto Supply, and they have go-karts for sale. Don't forget, Christmas is coming. D. Markin and Company, good luck Whaler cheerleaders. Muse Pizza, Surfside Subs. You can call them for takeout, 228-1471. After Christmas shopping, go grab yourself a pizza or sub. And we're also mentioning the Islander, wishing the best of spirits to the Whalers.
Thank you, Diana. And you hand your mic down to Chris Warner. We'll talk to Chris a little bit about the Reggies, Chris. You know, what is a Reggie, Chris?
I've been asking around. Some coaches were commenting that it might stand for a regional school, but we really don't know yet. I was trying to think of some great football kings of Great Britain or something, Reginalds, who played really well, but I really don't know what a Reggie is. We're going to try to find that out before the end of this game. But apparently this year Reggie is a very solid football player. As Greater Lawrence has put together a 9-0-1 team, largely on the legs of Bo Morales, but also through a very solid offensive line and a tough defense, Dick.
Yeah, I was talking to one of the assistant coaches for the Reggies before the game, and they really have a hard pill to swallow. Talking about last year's Super Bowl, they were playing Boston English. That was a team that Nantucket beat 2 years ago. English back in the Super Bowl last year were tied with the Reggies 18-18 with less than 10 seconds to go, and for some reason or other, the Reggies punted the ball with less than 10 seconds to go, and Conrad White, and we saw him run the ball before. He ran the punt back some 65 odd yards with no time showing on the clock to give English a stunning 24-18 victory last year. But here is Greater Lawrence back in it this year. They got a good squad, and they're a running squad. Bo Morales, we've been reading about him in the paper. He's the guy they go to, and that's what we're going to see today, I believe.
Yeah, a lot of that is really going to factor in today, the fact that from the beginning of this season, Greater Lawrence has looked to get back into the Super Bowl and win one, not just come in a second. Whereas looking back at last year, Nantucket was looking to get the Island Cup back first and foremost. And as Vito Capizzo likes to say, the Super Bowl is just gravy. So it may be difficult for the Nantucket coaches to really get Nantucket motivated, especially after such a difficult game with Martha's Vineyard at the very end of the regular season.
Yeah, this really has to be a letdown as far as being up for a game. Once you get into the game, lots of different things happen. You can get yourself going, but it certainly is a letdown. The hype that was built up for the Nantucket Vineyard game 2 weeks ago, and it seemed like we played the game yesterday, but 2 long weeks ago, and somewhere in between we ate some turkey, but here we are back playing football, and the weather today, we're going to certainly talk a lot about that, but you know, listen to the weatherman this week. They said the weather we have here today is similar to what we would have the first week in June. That's hard to believe, the first week in December, but the weather's cooperating, and we're going to have a pretty good ball game here today, I think.
Yeah, the weather at this point of the season, though, Dick, one thing that can happen with the weather like this is that sometimes players get tired out a little more quickly. It's not as cool, can't retain their heat as much, and so they may have to drink a little more water, get a little more tired out. So it can work both ways. Certainly with Greater Lawrence, it's similar in that they have a lot of players go both ways, including Morales, who plays some defensive back. But he has shown no signs whatsoever of slowing down, carrying the ball over 40 times a game in some contests. All right, now it looks like we're getting ready for the national anthem.
Nikki, you gonna sing?
I'm gonna try.
Oh, Nikki Butler, a young Nantucket ladies over here to our left, and we'll swing the camera on her when we do have the national anthem, but she'll be singing. And before the national anthem starts, remember, we're in the pregame show. Each and every game, Harborview donates $100 in the name of the game's MVP, and we certainly hope Nantucket has a few MVPs here today. They had a bunch of them in the Virginia game, and we need a few more here today. But while we're waiting for the national anthem, Diana, maybe you can mention all our fine sponsors who bring you Wheel of Football. This is the football. Okay, we'll go back to that. We're going to have the national anthem sung here by Miss Nikki Butler of Nantucket.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight are the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rattling, the bombs bursting in air, gave through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Great job there by Nikki Butler. She is a graduate of Nantucket High School, former softball and basketball player, Diana, and tell us the people how fine sponsors would bring you the Wheel of Fall season.
That was beautiful, Dick. Some of the wonderful sponsors we have sponsoring game today include Nantucket Bank, Arno's, Don Allen Ford, Kynan and Coleman Insurance Company, Pacific National Bank, a division of Bank Boston, Hutch's, Inquirer and Mirror, Young's Bicycle Shop, Nantucket Island Pharmacy, J&M Ramus Plumbing, Island Parcel Plus, Bob's Auto Repair, Atlantic Cafe, Valero and Sons, Pina Bus Lines, Harbor Fuel, Island Airlines, Fairgrounds, Nantucket Nectars, Fraker Construction Company, Milestone Electronics, Schooners, Nantucket 1 Hour Photo, Suzanne's Hair Design, Something Natural, Sea Grill, Sweetwaters, National Car Rentals, Nantucket Airlines, Island Lumber, King Electric, Jeff Beamish, Island Carpet, Butch Ramus Plumbing, A Cut Above, Downy Flake, R.J. Kalman and Sons, Orange Street Video, Santos Rubbish Removal, Davis Flooring, David Glowacki, Yates Gas, Sun Island Delivery, Nantucket Electric Company, Chip Hart and Associates, Kane Custom Millwork, Nicholas Ferrantella Landscaping, J.A. Cooper Plumbing and Heating, Jim's Haircuts, and we want to remind you that the Booster Club meets Tuesday nights. Geronimo's, Sports Locker, Killen Real Estate, Barone Plumbing and Heating, Swain's Travel, Gray Lady Marine, Nantucket Wash and Dry, Boynton Builders, Nantucket Tileman, Northland Cranberries, Arrowhead Nursery, John Hallett and Sons, Kitchen and Baths, Ron De Silva, who wants to remind you to support your local Boys and Girls Club, Thrifty Car Rentals, Christians, Nantucket Light Chip Baskets, Marine Home Center, Nantucket Golf Club, and last but not least, Dick, the English Trunk Show.
Thank you, Diana. We thank all these fine sponsors for bringing you the Wheel of Fall season and portions of today's Super Bowl. And Eric Shacker here showing up just on time, walks right in front of the camera. You haven't changed at all, Eric. I thought moving to the big city you'd pick up a little bit of class. What's going on?
How was I supposed to get around the camera? I would have had to completely renegotiate the stands. Yeah, hit a little traffic outside of Boston. And in what has become one of the most exciting moments of any football game, the coin toss seemed to have gone off just perfectly.
Just the coin, yeah. Did we see who won it?
I believe that was, can't quite tell at the moment.
I think Nantucket is kicking, so we're not sure if Nantucket won or lost, but Nantucket will be kicking off here. And Vito sent his captains out in the field with little place cards. They had little heads and tails place cards in their hands to get it across. But we're here in Dartmouth, Massachusetts, a nice facility here. The sun is ducking under some clouds. We hope it ducks back out again. It's a little bit nice with the sun out. But a lot of fans on the other side of the field, Bob, can pick a lot of them up over there cheering the Whalers as they head out in the field to kick off. And we're getting ready for the 1998 Division. I always get confused. Are we 5A or 5B?
5B.
We're 5B, all right. 5A was played up at BU last night. We're going to somehow get into that A class so we can play up at BU next year.
Yeah, and I wouldn't have to travel 1 hour. I can just pop right over for the games.
You could pop right over there. You could have the Nantucket Nectar delivered right to the doorstep of BU. And we get ready for this kickoff, Diana?
You bet, and kickoffs are brought to you today by Peanut Bus Lines, the official carrier of the Nantucket Whalers. And you can call them at 508-428-2062.
Okay, so it looks like Greater Lawrence did win the coin toss. Nantucket will kick off.
Yeah, we're never sure on that because Coach Capizzo lots of times likes to defer it, and some of the fans over here, some of these Reggie fans, are a little bit upset with the pronunciation of the people in the press box, and they're calling Mike Medina is back deep. But the guy to watch is number 2, Eric, Bo Morales. He's the guy that will run him back, and he's the guy that's going to get the ball 80% of the time that the Reggies have it. Okay, Trevi has won the kicking show. He's been kicking off the last 4 or 5 weeks, and he'll get his foot into it here. And scrib kick, onside kick.
Onside kick recovered by Greater Lawrence. Little trickery right at the beginning of the game there. It doesn't pay off for Nantucket. On a kick like that, you don't really want to just lay it on the ground. You want to kick it directly into the ground so it takes a bump up so that your defender or your line can get on that ball right away. Gave Greater Lawrence a great opportunity to have some good field position.
Yeah, Nantucket definitely going for the onside kick there. Also in their mind is they don't want Bo to run it, but watch number 2 back. He's back about 9 yards deep, Eric, and he'll get the ball on this play, I'm pretty sure.
Instead, they give it to the fullback who can't get anywhere. In fact, he might have lost a yard.
Yeah, trying to fool Nantucket, thinking that Bo's going to get the ball. They give it to the fullback, but when you have a guy that runs the ball 40 times a game, you're not going to fool too many people giving it to the fullback a lot. Nantucket will take the fullback every play, I think. So it's going to be 2nd and 10 here. We've played 30 seconds here, 11-minute quarters here in the Super Bowl.
Morales gets the carry and does not go anywhere. Swarming Nantucket defense all over.
4 Whalers get a piece of him with Roberts and Trevi finally bringing them down. Nantucket has studied films all week, Eric, in the hotel the last 2 nights studying films. They know the formations, and Greater Lawrence doesn't try to hide anything. They just go student body right, student body left, giving the ball to Morales, and that time you saw Porter Franca jump right up on the line of scrimmage. He knew the ball was coming that way.
Morales gets the carry again, and he's stopped at the line of scrimmage. Great play. So Greater Lawrence
So the
gonna have a
Nantucket
4th
defense,
down.
Nantucket defense comes up strong. 3 plays, 1-yard gain. So you can't ask more for your defense here. Greater Lawrence given excellent field position on the 45. Can only move to about the 46. 4th and 9. Nantucket not back deep. Chris Garner only standing on about the 32. He's expecting about a 22-yard punt.
And it's not even going to be that far. That one's going to land at about the 40. Good bounce. Uh-oh. That hit a Whaler in the back, and
It's going to be Greater Lawrence ball, though.
The Whalers did not clear out. On a ball like that, you need to get as far away from it as possible. Took a bad bounce for the Whalers. Didn't see who it hit in the back, but once it hit that Whaler in the back, Greater Lawrence can fall on it, and they did.
Yeah, it hit Chris Gardner in the back. As you say, the ball was bouncing around. Nobody saw it, but you can't advance that. That's one advantage. Nantucket saves about 10 yards on that, but now Greater Lawrence has the ball on the 35 first and 10. Wheeler stopped them last time, but they got to do it again right away.
So the first big play goes to Greater Lawrence.
Go back to the fullback again. So 3 out of the 4 running plays, they haven't given it to Bo Morales. I would have bet my 10 cents on the other way around there. That's all I got is 10 cents. That's all I can bet.
Actually, the fullbacks had 2 carries, and Morales has had 2, so they're even up right now.
Even up, all right.
So you lose. Give me your 10 cents.
All right, I'm out of dime, so I can't buy lunch.
And a fake to Morales. Big pass play.
Yeah, that'll be the first down of the day inside the 15. Robert DeFone, the big end, took the down. And we're here in the first quarter, Diana.
Yeah, a portion of the first quarter is brought to you by Valero & Sons Incorporated. And for the holidays, they have live and cut Christmas trees right now. They're selling wreaths and gift certificates. And they're also taking part in the Christmas Strong or the Red Tickets with purchases that are over $25. So go visit them for any of your Christmas needs. And another great thing they have is seasoned firewood at Valero & Sons Incorporated, 60 Old South Road.
Okay, a whistle on the play. Looks like we might have a false start.
I call number 12 making a pass, Eric, but it was number 30. Who's number 30?
Luciano Vasquez.
Luciano made the catch. And we have a delay of the game, maybe a motion, but anyways, a 5-yarder, dead ball foul. So Greater Lawrence will be put back to the 20, 1st and 15. Coaching staff seen Greater Lawrence play on Thanksgiving, Eric, against Lawrence High School Division II team where they tied 20-20. Committed like 18 penalties, so they're not a very well disciplined team in that respect, and it's cost them 5 here early.
Okay, and there's a handoff to number 2 again. Picks up about 2, maybe not even 2.
Boynton, Robertson, Coletti bring him down. Morales. So Morales gets his, I think it's a second carry. You're calling it his third, but we'll ask our crack statistician. The bowman, how many times he carried? 3 times, you're right, Eric. And he's probably only gotten 1 yard on those 3 carries, Eric.
Yeah, 2nd and 15. He's trying to go right up the pipe, and Whaler's just clogging the holes, and he can't get anywhere. And that's a fake. Tied up. And
oh, they're going to call. Oh, Greater Lawrence are going to get a break there. The quarterback scrambling, avoids a 15-yard loss, shuffles it off. The guy who was looking for Luciano Vasquez was there, but he's lucky he didn't have an intentional grounding.
Well, fill me in on the rule here. If he's outside where the tight end would line up, it's not intentional grounding.
No, but I'm saying he was lucky he could find number 30. He did a lot of scrambling. 2 Whalers had a piece and couldn't bring him down.
Oh! Whalers catch a break there. Number 4, that's Mike Cabane, cannot come up with a grab. Good toss by the quarterback. Easy catch, but he looks like he got a little frightened there going over the middle with those big defenders. It's tough to focus on the ball when you know you're going to have your head taken off.
Almost looked like he was starting to showboat it, bringing the ball in and never got it in, and just out and out drop. And as you say, the Whalers catch a big break there, and all of a sudden the team, Greater Lawrence, which has not been a passing team, is forced to pass here early and often in another passing situation.
Big play here, 4th and 15, drops back. And another drop, that one by Bo Morales, who coming into this game, Whalers were keying on, and he really hasn't shown much so far.
Not yet, and Whalers Couple drops here in that drive, so the Whalers defense does the job and gets the offense on the field for the first time. Ball on the 20. First quarter portions brought to you by
Bob's Auto Repair. Are you having car problems? Well, don't ignore them, because if you do, they're not going to go away. Bob's Auto Repair at 48 Nova Deer Farm Road for all your automotive needs. 228-1239.
All right, first down. Trebi out over the ball. Hand up to Gardner. Breaks free for about a 6-yard pickup. Chris Gardner. What'd you do, Eric? Drop your little media pass? You have to go down into the stands and pick it up at halftime. You're out of shape, Eric.
A little discombobulated today. I hope they don't throw me out of here.
6-yard pickup by Gardner. Big hole in the middle. He pops through and gets hit at the end of it, but good yardage by Nantucket. Trebi out over the ball, and I've never seen a referee stop play to count the players. He is supposed to let the play go through and then throw the play. He's still counting out there. Look at him.
Well, there's 11 men. I think he was counting the Greater Lawrence players. There's 11 men out there, so maybe he's just brushing up on his technique. There's a carry right through the middle. Chris Gardner breaks a tackle. 50-yard line.
He's going to go. Chris Gardner. Touchdown Nantucket. Real poor tackling there on Greater Lawrence. Gardner was held up, grabbed on by a couple of players, but he breaks free. And we're going to call that a 65-yarder? 74-yarder. 74 yards for Chris Gardner on the second play of the game for the offense.
Second play of the game, and that, as you could see, was a terrific run. He broke a number of tackles. Poor tackling by the opposition, but still, a great run from Chris Gardner.
Yeah, Gardner was handled by at least 3 or 4 Reggies on that play, and he just kept fighting, and broke free. And Nantucket will go for 2 here. Oh, they're going to call him out of bounds. Looks like Fraker held on to it.
Looked like, can't tell from here too well, but it looked like he might have been bobbling it as he went out of bounds. So 6-0 Whalers, 5:49 to go in the first quarter.
Okay, Diana?
Yeah, we're still in the first quarter, Dick, and we want to remind you that if you're hungry, pick a good restaurant. Go visit Fairgrounds Restaurant, 27 Fairgrounds Road, and they have Monday Night Football, free food at halftime, serving lunch and dinner 7 days a week. And you can also go there for their early bird specials from 5 p.m. to 6:30 p.m., including a salad bar for only $10.95. So visit Fairgrounds Restaurant, 228-4095 at 27 Fairgrounds Road.
Okay, Nantucket getting ready here to kick off. 5:49 to go here in the first quarter. Last time Nantucket tried an onside kick. We'll see if they go with it again, or this time kick it deep. One thing in the Reggie's favor, Eric, is that they've been down in ball games before. They were losing 20-8 in one game, 16-6, I believe, in another game, and they've came back. So they have the power to come back. But looking at those first 2 series here, they're a little bit out of sync. They're throwing the ball, and when they give the ball to the big guy, Bo Morales, he's been stopped by Nantucket.
Well, a fairly demoralizing start. That one's a live ball again. And the ball's going to be out about the 43, excuse me. Nantucket, a great start for them. They had the big muffed punt and gave the ball up, then gave up a long throw down the right sideline, but did not end up giving up any points. And then you just saw Chris Gardner really stick it to him, and 6-0 Whalers.
All right, Greater Lawrence got their 3rd great field position of the day here on the 43. But as you said, haven't been able to take advantage of it. There goes Morales, and he picks up his first real positive yardage of the day, about an 8 or 9 yard pickoff off the power right tackle play.
And it's rare that you see a kid that's not the biggest back in the world, but he is a north-south runner so far, and usually you see a little guy like that, scat bat like that, going east-west, but he'll take it to the defense right up the middle.
Yeah, he's listed as a 5'8", 175-pound senior co-captain, and as you say, he runs the middle of the field. Lots of times I think he's looking for the seam, but Nantucket's been taking the outside away from him. He breaks that one, and Trevi saves the touchdown. That's
Good tackle by Trevi.
First down of the day for the Reggies, as Morales ran that one about 25 odd yards down the field. We'll get out the exact from our statistician Chris Warner, but looked like it was about a 25-yard pickup. First down of the day for the Reggies.
Why do they call them Reggies?
They're a regional school board. It's the best we can come up with. Maybe we'll interview some people at halftime and see what the nickname.
Bob, it's a play on, you see the agricultural schools are called the Aggies, regional school called the Reggies.
We had to get a smart guy down from Boston to break the code for us.
Sounds good.
Fullback up the middle, and we're going to give it about a 4-yard pickup.
Just a little warning to Bob. We are sitting amongst about 200 Reggie supporters, so we don't want to say too many loud comments about their name.
Bob had an operation last week, and he's still on his. I think he forgot to take his medication this morning.
I think they might have given him a lobotomy instead of what he went in for.
Yeah, they told him they were going in through the stomach, but they went in through the left ear.
Okay, fake handoff. Good call.
Wide open. Touchdown, Reggies.
That'll tie it up momentarily. Good call. Fake handoff, roll out left, and the throw, and the Reggies are in.
Yeah, the last series the Reggies shown they could throw the ball, Eric, though, even though they're not a throwing team, and had a couple of drops. This time he hangs on. Number 4, Mike Caban, a 5'6", 155 scat back, hangs on, and Nantucket's going to take a timeout here. During this timeout, Diana?
Yeah, we'd like you to remember Valero and Sons for a very important thing. They have recycling barrels down there, Dick, and I hope all our Whalers fans that are watching the game today will remember to recycle. So go down there and get your recycling barrels that are available in various colors. Or if you want, they have everything from pottery, flags, flagpoles, bird seed, bird feed, outdoor furniture, the whole kit and caboodle. That's Valero and Sons at 60 Old South Road. And that's that.
We're going to read our out-of-town friends here. And we like to read after touchdowns. We forgot them the first time. We'll read them now.
All right, let's see. It looks like Makita Power Tools, tools for the long run. We got Makita 18-volt cordless drills, and you can purchase them at Marine Home Center.
Okay, they're going to kick it here, Eric.
Well, we'll see. Always room for a fake here. They kick it, and it's
Kentucky
blocked.
can pick that up. Anybody can pick it up.
Okay, so the score remains 6-6 with 3:48 to go in the first quarter.
Porter Franca got there as soon as the ball got there.
Well, the kick was pretty low. I think that was about 3 feet off the ground when it was blocked. So Porter Fraker was there, hit him right in the stomach, and saves the conversion.
So with 3:48 to go in the first quarter, 6-6. Yes, Diana, this is Makita Power Tools, and it says tools for the long run, and certainly Chris Garner fit the bill on that one. He had the long run, but all of a sudden the game is tied here, 6-6. We're still in the first quarter, and the Reggies now will be kicking off to Nantucket for the first time. Bob Wandry is awake over there. He's calmed down. I got his little bottle of pills out that the hospital gave him. And we're going to sedate him. And we're having a kickoff.
Kickoffs are brought to you by Pina Bus Lines. They have 22 passenger mini buses available. So if you're taking a trip and you need a little bus, give them a call, 508-428-2062. That's Pina Bus Lines.
Okay, Nantucket has opted not to kick the ball deep, Eric. We'll see what the Reggies do here. The scouting report on them, we've seen a little of that already, is that they're pretty quick. They're not as big as I thought, but they seem pretty quick, and we'll see how their quickness goes on this kickoff, where they kick it deep and see if they can get down the field. Nantucket certainly has a couple of quick guys back there that can return it. Porter Fraker, as you heard in the Vineyard game, had a great game running one back to turn the tide away from the Vineyard. Be an excellent time for either Fraker or Gardner to do it again here.
Well, they still have that memory of number 25's back running away from him. Now they see him from the front side, and I doubt they'll kick to him.
Shot kick there, taken by Swain.
Swain took a shot from about 4 Reggies there, and Whalers are going to start out at about the 34-yard line.
Swain hangs on to it. That's the important thing on the short kicks. Your up backs aren't too used to taking kicks, but today it seems to be they're not going to kick it to the deep guys. And Nantucket gets pretty good field position here, starting on the 34 with 3:41 to go here in the first quarter.
Sight split left. Backs in the eye. There's the pitch to Gardner. He's stacked up. No gain. Might have lost a yard.
The Reggie defense is a 4-4, and they like to stunt in the middle. I haven't really seen too many stunts yet. They seem to be laying back, waiting for Gardner to come to them. That time they held them in check and actually stop them a little before the line of scrimmage. So it's going to be 2nd and 11 here. First quarter, 6-6. The clouds have come over, making it a little bit chillier here. Every time Bob stands up, he puts another jacket on. He brings about 8 jackets with him. He just keeps putting them on.
Gardner out left, but they give the ball to Matt Roberts, and he gains maybe 1.
Yeah, another thing that the Reggies have shown in the defense is when you put a man in motion, you take the middle linebacker out with them, and Nantucket's going to try to come back with a quick off tackle or a quick up the middle, and that time they come back with Roberts. Roberts picks up a real hard 2. He got popped at the end of it there. Good stick by Eric Sullivan.
Well, we should see Treby throw for the first time in this game on this one, 3rd and 9, ball on the 35. Two receivers to the right. And Treby goes down hard at the 25-yard line. Whalers will have to punt.
Yeah, that's the defensive end, 92, and sort of my favorite name in the game, Tim Herman. Tim Herman comes across and knocks him down. He's one of the senior defensive ends, 6'3", 190 pounds. He got all of his body wrapped around Treby on that. So Nantucket is going to have to punt the ball here. That's going to go as a 10-yard sack, Eric. Knocking it back to 4th and 20. Fraker got to get a good punt off here.
Yeah, pressure on Fraker now to really boom one. Give his coverage team time to get down there. Low snap, Fraker handles it. That's a good kick. Could take a Whaler bounce, and it does. And it out of bounds at about the 34. Good kick from Fraker. Chris, how many yards on that bad boy?
He keeps it away from Bo Morales here. Bo was trying to pick it up and run it back.
41, a Yale education will get it right every time.
Broadcast of these programs is made possible by Nantucket Bank. Nantucket Bank is committed in its support of all school athletic programs as a vital component of our children's education. Community support is a tradition at Nantucket Bank.
Yeah, last time the Reggies had the ball, they moved downfield there. Nantucket stopped them the first 2 times, so it's up to the defense now. Worst field position of the day for the Reggies on the 35. Quarterback draw there that time, Eric. I don't know if it was a broken play or a call play, but The Reggies realizing, I think, that Nantucket is keying on Bo Morales, and so they're trying a lot different than they've shown in a lot of their games this year. 2-yard pickup. Nantucket will take that on first down, though. 2nd and 8.
Whalers continue to look for that run up the gut. They had 8 men in the box, and Morales goes down at the 35.
Good play there by Tim Rynamo. Morales is looking for a hole. Tim Rynamo just opened up his arms and swallowed them up, and it's going to go as a 1-yard loss, so it's going to be 3rd and 9. Nantucket has to be thinking of the pass now. The Reggies throw that they can pass and have been successful for it. The touchdown was the only touchdown of the day came on a pass for the Reggies.
Okay, whistle. That's most likely false start. That should push the Reggies back 5.
I thought a wide receiver can move and reset, though. He's going to say...
Might have had 2 men in motion.
5-yard penalty, so it's going to make it 3rd and 14. Quarterback takes the chance to go back and talk to the head coach, though. And quarterback listed in our program is number 10. The quarterback they had for the beginning part of the season was hurt. We don't have a 10 in our program. We're going to go with Brad Gillette. We're at the end of the first quarter, and we have a few of our ads read by Diana.
We want you to remember Arno's at 41 Main Street today. They're serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner daily. They also have takeout available. They're located at 41 Main Street, hence their name 41 Main Street, or Arno's. And you can call them at 228-7001, or just go down and visit them. They have an excellent dining room, nice atmosphere, and great food.
Did anyone ever stop you on Main Street, Diana, and ask you directions to 41 Main Street?
You know, Dick, I bet you if I was on Nantucket this weekend, that might happen.
We hope everybody had a fine weekend of strolling on Nantucket, and I seem a lot happier sitting here, Eric, than I would be in the Nantucket stroll.
Actually, it's funny because after being away from Nantucket for a while, I considered if this game hadn't been on, we probably would have gone back out there, just because it's kind of a different thing when you're traveling out there than when you're living out there.
We knew you had a lot of yuppie blood in you when you were on the island. Now you're just telling us.
I just bought Julia a big mink coat. Got myself some of those Yeti boots, those fur boots. Okay, drop back, long throw, and that one is almost picked off by Alex Treby.
Yeah,
he had that one.
Yeah, I don't know if that's good or bad for Nantucket, or good or bad for Greater Lawrence.
Well,
if Treby intercepts it, it goes as a punt, and let's see, we'll mark that spot. It looks like it's about the 34-yard line. So we'll see if this punt, I think... well,
you got to guess that they're going to get better field position after this punt, but you never know.
So you're saying it's better that Treby dropped it. I'll go along with that. I think Nantucket will come out better than the 34.
Well, they have had trouble with the punting in this game, so remains to be seen. That one might have touched the foot, but refs don't call it as such. And yeah, they're going to be about even on the punt or intercept.
They're going to pick up, Eric, about 8 yards, because it was the other side of the 40 going back towards the 35 here, and we're going to roll the Channel 3 cots here in a minute. We forgot that our ad girl has to take a nap here.
Bob and Diane apparently had turkey for breakfast, and they're now feeling the after effects.
The Channel 3 cot is brought in for Diana.
We're in the second quarter, and I'm just taking a break here for a second, Dick.
Okay, Nantucket setting up on the 44, 1st and 10.
Pitch to Gardner, cuts inside, cuts back outside, and he's still on his feet. Takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Reggies to bring them down.
Chris Garner running real hard today. He picks up a real difficult 3 or 4 yards. But as you say, shed a couple blockers, and on his touchdown run, that's what happened. He sheds a couple blockers and breaks free. This time, though, a host of Reggies. And
Dick, your favorite term, finally serviced.
host of Reggies, right. That's. We're going to put that one in the archives.
Let's keep it there.
So it's 2nd and 7. 10 minutes to go here in the first half.
Another handoff to... That one goes to Matt Roberts.
We're in the second quarter, Diana.
Yeah, and I am happy to bring to you Island Parcel Plus, where I have my mailbox. Go visit Jimmy down at Island Parcel Plus, 2 Gregland Avenue. And not only does he offer a spot for you to put your mail, but he has passports, he makes keys, and they really do everything down there. So go visit Island Parcel Plus at 2 Gregland Avenue, or call him at 228-3500.
3rd and 7, passing situation, Eric.
Treby drops back, goes deep. That one is picked off.
Picked off by Mike Caban. He's the guy that got the touchdown.
And once again, we have a situation where you're not sure if the pickoff or the punt's going to come out better. So the Reggies will start at about their 25-yard line. 9:01 to go in the first half.
I think the Reggies make out better field position, as you say, Eric, there on that reception, because Porto Freca, I think, would have easily punted the ball deeper than that if the pass is not caught by the Reggies. I'm not sure there was a penalty on that either. The referee sort of made a call there. I didn't see a flag. He was sort of making a call that the penalty was declined. I didn't see the whole extent of that, but the Reggies, if there was a penalty on Nantucket, the Reggies certainly aren't going to take it. 1st and 10 here on the 27.
Ooh, good tackle there by number 27. That's Hunter Mickelson.
Yeah, Hunter shoots right into the gap there. That's what Nantucket's doing, shooting the gaps. They're letting the block line, and they're trying to free up their linebackers. So they freed up Mickelson that time. Right in the backfield, he hits Bo Morales. He falls ahead for maybe a 1-yard pickup. So I think other than that 8-yard run by Morales, Eric, he's been held in check under 2 every other run.
Fakes the handoff, but there's a flag on the play.
Yeah, flag in the backfield. That should be somebody moving on Greater Lawrence. Nantucket may refuse this penalty if they have the choice. They're calling over the Nantucket co-captain Joey Hallett. I think Nantucket will refuse this and bring up 3rd and long. Looking over the sidelines, see Coach, defensive coach Hickman over there giving him the refuse the penalty. So penalty against Greater Reggie, and Nantucket refuses it, can bring up 3rd and 9. Ferrantello makes a good play in that one, Eric. He doesn't go for the fake by the quarterback. He's got outside responsibility. He keeps outside responsibility. The referee left the flag on the. Oh, now they're going to pick it up.
Well, Greater Lawrence has had so many fakes that it's sort of becoming routine here, and the Whalers really looking for him now.
A 3rd and 9, passing situation, a lot of time.
He had time,
Dropped.
and the Whalers quickly closed on him, but that one was dropped by number 30. That's Luciano Vasquez.
A portion of today's game is brought to you by Pacific National Division of Bank Boston, and you can call them at 228-1917 or visit their office located at 61 Main Street, or else their Sparks Avenue branch.
Okay, the Reggie's punting game is not a strong suit. Let's see if Nantucket can get good field position inside the 50 on this. Blocked by Mickelson. Touchdown, Nantucket.
Mickelson gets right in there.
Mickelson blocks it. Tim Reinemo picks it up on the bounce. Going to call it about a 22-yarder. Hunter Mickelson, though, right in the punter's face, gets all ball. The ball hits the ground, bounces up in one hop to Tim Reinemo. All he had to do was catch it. It was like a pitch out to him. He ran it in, and Chris Warner's going to give us the exact yardage on it.
That was, it was from the 29-yard line, so let's say it's a 22-yarder.
22-yarder, just as I saw it, Eric.
Notice we ask Chris all the tricky questions.
22 and a third. Chris is going to... There's no such thing as a third or yard in football. You got to go one way.
The Channel 3 rule is if you don't know something, make someone else look silly.
So Kevin Mont in for the kick here, 12-8 Nantucket. Big defensive play there by the Whalers. This kickoff, this extra point brought to you by?
Brought to you by Congdon and Coleman Insurance Company.
That one is run in by Chris Gardner. So they make up the previous extra point, and now it's 14-6 Whalers.
Yeah, the fake was on there all the way. Ball centered right to Gardner. He just picked it up and ran. It's the only time in high school football, Eric, that you can get up and run with your knee on the ground is when you're the extra point holder. Ball centered to him. He just stands right up. Nobody covering the outside for the Reggies, and they look a little bit down right now. The coaching staff, 8:10 to go here. They got to get their team up here. It's Nantucket's going to explode and put this ball game away before halftime.
Well, they have managed to come back, but a couple of big plays, especially that last block punt, have helped the Whalers. In addition to Chris Gardner's 75-yard run in the first quarter.
Getting in for a kickoff.
Kickoffs are brought to you today by Pina Bus Lines. 22-passenger minibuses available for any of your special events or occasions. And Pina Bus Lines is located in Osterville. You can call them at 508-428-2062.
Okay, Bo Morales, Mike Caban, and Mike Madonna back there deep for the Reggies, but Nantucket has opted not to kick the ball to any of those three yet. Both onside kick and then a squib type kick. Let's see what Trebby does this time. Another little onside kick type.
Great pursuit by the Whalers, and Tim Reinemo fired up from his TD makes the tackle.
Yeah, Eric Sullivan taking the ball in decent field position, Eric, but he runs across the field about 12 or 13 yards. I think he winds up losing yardage on it more than gaining. Never can get turned upfield. As you say, the Nantucket Whalers stayed in their lanes, and that's very important to do on kickoff, stay in your lanes, so nothing like that opens up. If Morales is going to run it, here's the time for him to give him the ball. Reggies really need a boost right now. Nantucket leading 14-6, ball on the 40-yard line.
Yeah, look for Morales maybe to head right.
Ducks in, good job there. Fraker, Hallett. Two on, it was a third one, I didn't get the number. Fraker and Hallett to close in on Morales. Sort of looking for a hole there, Eric, and Nantucket is not going to give him a hole. They don't want him to get across the line of scrimmage.
Well, and as good as a running back as you might have, you really need the blocking up front to be solid as well. They really haven't opened much up for him. He's trying to squeeze through tiny little holes along the line and hasn't been able to get too much out of it.
Oh, Coletti the first one there. Then Seitz, then Reinemo. The defense is fired up, and you don't want to get the Nantucket defense fired up.
Well, they were right there to meet him in the backfield. Three Whalers as soon as he got the ball, and he kind of escaped for a second and then was just thrown down.
Nantucket coaching staff says when they come out in a certain formation, they're going to run Morales wide, and they told the kids that, and they watched films all week long. And the Nantucket defense knows when it's coming. As you said, they were right there in his face.
3rd and 17, 6:44 to go in the first half. Morales is through. A couple of missed tackles, another missed tackle. It's going to pick up a first down. Great run by Morales across the Whaler 45-yard line.
Okay, first time we've seen that today. A little draw play. Somebody lost their socks there or something. Ran right out of his socks.
I doubt it was his sock. That's sort of difficult to lose because I didn't see a shoe on the field. But it was something that looked similar to a sock.
You got to take your shoe off to get your sock off, Eric? Is that what you're telling me? Okay, a big run there by Morales. Probably the key run of the first half so far. Shut the defense down, the momentum that Nantucket was building up there.
Inside handoff. That one goes for about 5 yards. Gonna be 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 here. We're in the second quarter, and Nantucket's going to take a timeout.
And that timeout is brought to you by Island Pharmacy, located on Sparks Avenue, right next to Stop and Shop. And Christmas is coming, right? Well, we want to remind you that they have excellent Christmas decorations, and I just bought myself a beautiful little artificial tree that has fiber optic type things on the ends, and it turns all different colors. It's beautiful, and it really adds to the Christmas cheer. So go down and pick yourself one up. They're nicely inexpensive, and it adds a lot to your Christmas decorating. So go down to Island Pharmacy or call them at 228-6400.
What is on that tree again, Diana?
It's fiber optics.
Fiber optics.
Chris Warner, I think I saw somebody just head into the woods with his weekly shopping. You might want to run in there. They might have their own subterranean man in Dartmouth.
I think I'm going to pick up my tree in the woods here before I leave. Throw it on top of Bob's car here before we pull out. Got your Boy Scout knife with you, Eric? Okay, Nantucket defense takes a much-needed timeout here to talk about last 2 plays. Nantucket's done well with the plays they've seen a lot of, but all of a sudden they run a little draw up the middle and then an inside trap, and Greater Lawrence is on the move here. 2nd and 5.
Hand off to Morales. He had a full head of steam, but was met by Hunter Mickelson and doesn't get very far.
Yeah, right now they're going a little power against power, and they're going to see who's going to break down first. Is it going to be Morales, or is it going to be the Nantucket defense? And I think if he's going to run the ball 35 times a game, he's going to get the hitting of the Nantucket defense. So they're not backing off. They're putting their shoulder right into him.
And I'll tell you what, Hunter Mickelson has had a great game so far.
Okay, 3rd and 5, back to Bo. Portafranca brings him down there. I think that Greater Lawrence might go for it here, Eric, with their kicking game, especially with the last one blocked. I doubt if they're going to kick the ball here.
I think they'll definitely go for it, 4th and 4.
Fourth and 4, Morales, not much success on the last 2 times running the ball after breaking it on the draw. That's certainly an option here now. Passing situation, it's a shot 4, maybe even call it 3. Let's see if they go back to Morales on the power, go back with the draw, or throw the ball down the field.
Pitch back to Morales. He is met and he is tackled. So the Whalers will take over at about their own 37-yard line, 4:35 to go in the first half.
Matt Roberts came right up into the hole and met him again, so the Nantucket linebackers are keying on him every play. When he comes back into that hole, they're putting the shoulder into him. Roberts did it there, stops Greater Lawrence on down, so the 4th and 3 doesn't work, and the Nantucket offense is back on the field. 4:35 to go. They got a drive going here, Eric, and they can put a real scare into Lawrence before halftime. They can push another one in, leading 14-6 with 4:35 to go. Putting Portafranca in the backfield, this time behind Roberts next to Gardner.
Pickup of about 5 yards.
Good first down run there by Chris Gardner coming out of the wishbone, going left. Going to call it about at least a 5, maybe a 6-yard pickup. Clock is running. 2nd and 5. Just about 4 minutes to go here in the first half.
We're in the second quarter, and that is brought to you by Island Parcel Plus. Perfect time of year to go visit them if you are planning on sending out any Christmas gifts to all those friends and family that live off island. That's Island Parcel Plus, 2 Gregland Avenue. At 228-3500, you can give him a call.
Coming back to Fraker this time, and
Fraker lowers his shoulder, and it looks like he picked up a first down.
yeah, he makes the first down there. Nantucket looking for ways to get Fraker into the offense more, and this time they put him in the backfield with Gardner and Roberts, and they run the power left with Gardner and come back at the power right with Fraker. Wishbone, we haven't seen too much of the Wishbone this year, Eric.
Okay, so the Whalers hope to hold the ball for the rest of the half. 1st and 10, ball in the 49, 14-6 lead. There's a reverse, Fraker slips and loses a few.
Yeah, we'll call the tackle on the field on that one. Number 92, again, Tim Herman in the backfield. Trebius looks like he's going to get a block on him, and as Fraker tries to cut off the block, he just slips down on the field. So the field makes the tackle, and this goes to a big 6-yard loss, though, for the Wheels. And more important for Greater Lawrence, keeps the clock running. Under 3 minutes now, Eric.
Got 3 receivers for the Whalers, and a 4th. Gardner goes in motion. Trebby drops back. Oh, and he's hit hard. Dragged all the way back down to the 30-yard line.
Now we'll see if the Greater Lawrence coaching staff is awake. If they are, they'd start using their timeouts here now, and they don't call one. And they have all 4 of them, at least maybe even 5 of them. I don't know if they even use a timeout yet. They're not stopping the clock. Nantucket is going to let the clock run as long as Greater Lawrence doesn't stop it now. They're working a 3rd and a country mile here. They're calling it 25. I think it's closer to 30. Chris says 3rd and 30.
And you hope the Whalers hope they don't throw an interception here, and if they do, they hope it's a deep one. So maybe they're going to go deep.
Another sack there. And let's see if the Reggies call it. Now they're calling to call their timeout. So they woke up this time around and called the timeout.
And the Whalers just playing a field position game here. They want to get a good punt off and try to hold the Reggies for the last $1.40 of the first half.
We want to remind you today, take advantage of the great season end values on the new and used bicycles that are available at Young's Bike Shop. They're located on Steamboat Wharf, and they carry the Trek, USA, and Cannondale bikes. And right now they also have fall clothing and accessories in. Their winter hours are 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. and they're open Monday, Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. That's Young's Bicycle Shop at Steamboat Wharf. And if you want to give them a call, it's 228-1151.
Actually, they're also open on Thursdays too, Diane. Only closed on Wednesdays right now.
Oh, okay, great.
Harvey called me the other night and changed that.
All right.
And there's some clowns playing with a beach ball around here. What else is going on here? All right, here we are, 4th down. Porter Fraker needs a good punt here, Bob.
Offsides there.
All right, so offside. That only cost them 5, but Nantucket will take it. It's
5 what?
5-yard penalty on the Reggies. 5-yard what, Diane? Is that what you said?
I did. I said 5 what? I thought 5 minutes, 5 what? I don't know.
Yeah, 5 minutes in the penalty box, Diana.
Nice to have someone that knows less about football.
Is that what you brought her aboard for? We're slowly losing Eric over here, though. Eric's fading on it.
I was just chatting with Mrs. Gardner, and high punt, not very far, but gives his team time to get down and cover, and they do. Chris Gardner down to about the 43-yard line. See, Dick, you have to remember, I come to these games and I haven't seen a lot of my old friends in quite some time, so once in a while I have to stop to chat.
Does that mean you're going over to the Nantucket side at halftime? We won't see you about the fourth quarter.
No, actually, I'll probably stay here because I see some people over there I don't really want to chat with.
You heard it first there on Channel 3. All you Eric Shaka fans. Okay, Reggie's 1:31 to go. Nantucket's got to play defense here now, holding a 14-6 lead.
That one's knocked down by Ferrantella.
Yeah, Victor Ferrantella gets his hands up there nicely. And you just can't congratulate the Nantucket defense enough here, Eric. They're doing it on all phases of the game here. Little things, and the little things like that there pay off. And Ferrantella, reading the pass right away, gets his arms up there. When he stretches out, boy, he gets them up there about 8 or 9 feet in the air.
Okay, 2nd and 10, backs in the eye. They're passing. Long throw.
Wow.
Pretty good throw there by the quarterback, tight spiral, and he outthrows the receiver.
I think that went 53 yards in the air, Eric. 53 yards in the air. That was hammered out there, and that was unbelievable.
And you wonder why Greater Lawrence didn't throw the ball more this season.
I would just send 3 or 4 guys down the field, and if he had an arm like that. But to stop the clock here, 3rd down, Nantucket may get the ball back again.
Inside handoff, there's Morales again, doesn't get the first down. He gains about 4 on the play.
Let's see if they opt not to punt it again. They stay in the huddle. Nantucket may use a timeout here.
Yeah, Nantucket wants to call a timeout here. They haven't. So maybe they're content to try to stop them or collect the punt and take their lead into the locker room.
The Reggies may just stay in the huddle and let as much of this clock go off as possible. They have had problems all day punting. 2 short punts.
Okay,
And now
now we
Nantucket
get a
realizes
timeout.
what they're doing. Nantucket calls a timeout again with 46 seconds. So Nantucket will be getting the ball back with about 40 seconds to go here, Eric.
If you're running out of checks, now is not the time. Go visit Nantucket Bank and get your new set of checks. They got some really pretty ones that show landscapes of the island, and they make check writing a thing of beauty. So go down to Nantucket Bank and visit them. They have a couple branches, one right outside of town on Sparks Avenue, and then one just when you're leaving town on Orange Street. That's Nantucket Bank. And
I find
Nick,
check
back
writing
to
so
you.
satisfying as it is. I
You don't need
can't
any little
imagine needing
pictures?
any
You don't need any little
added
pictures there to go?
inspiration.
yeah, I think people think as long as they have checks, they've got money.
Right. Okay, timeout called by Nantucket. Let's see if they go for it. I think Nantucket might say, to heck with it. 46 seconds, let's go right at them. But now they have 3 guys deep, so they're going to go for the return here. If the Reggies punt it, the Reggies may run a fake out of this. That's a decent kick,
Good
first
kick.
one of the day.
Gardner picks it up. Oh, almost bobbles it at about the 15, and he goes down.
So Ghana can't move there after receiving the punt, and only gets about a 1-yard return. So with 35 seconds to go, Nantucket's going to get 2 or 3 chances here. We'll see if they opt to sit on the ball with a 14-6 lead in their worst field position of the day. They may opt just to sit on it. And the Reggies are into bouncing a ball around in this side of the
The
field.
groan that went up from their fans was louder than the one that went up after the Whalers' last touchdown, after they lost that beach ball.
And they also have a bear down
There's
there.
a flag going to be on the Whalers.
They get it back here pretty quickly, though. Okay, a flag. Oh, it's on the Reggies, so that's going to bring Nantucket to a 1st and 5 here. Clock hasn't moved. You like to take yardage without moving the clock. That may change Nantucket's thinking if they were thinking about sitting on the ball, Eric, to go for it.
Well, you know, you might want to hand it off to Gardner, see if he can break through. He's done it before.
And they do that, Eric. And well, actually,
That's Roberts, but picks up a first down.
Roberts' best run of the day, about an 8 or 9 yard pickup, and Nantucket calls a quick timeout.
Okay, so they are going to try to tack on a score.
We're getting ready here for halftime, Diana.
Yeah, and halftime is brought to you by Don Allen Ford and Auto Service. They offer a complete line of Ford cars, trucks, and utility vehicles, including the ever-popular Ford Explorer. That's Don Allen Ford. And you can visit them over on Pulpus Road or call them at 228-0134. They have new and used cars. They do auto repairs, car rentals, and if you need your Mass State inspection, they do that too. Don't let it run out, and if it has, get down there right now.
We see Nantucket taking a timeout. We also see an injured player for Greater Lawrence down there. Coaching staff is out checking on him. Number 4. Mike Caban, a star in this game for Greater Lawrence. He's got the touchdown and a big interception, and he's up again. So with the timeout by Nantucket, he does not have to come out of the game, so he can play this play. And Nantucket will be working
31 seconds, 1st and 10.
1st and 10 here. Back into the eye with Gardner behind Roberts.
There's a toss from Treby, no one in sight, almost picked off.
Again, a lot of pressure put on Treby that time. He had to release it, I think, quicker than he wanted to, and he aired it out there way downfield. And good thing he did throw it as far as he did, because the closest guy there was Mike Caban, who was on the field and injured on the previous play, but back in the coverage on that play.
Yeah, that would have been Caban's second pick of the game.
Caban is having a good day here, as we mentioned, for Greater Lawrence. Nantucket has the lead here. 25 seconds to go. 2nd and 10 here in the first half. Fraker in motion. Hand off the gun, and let's see if Nantucket just lets the clock run.
Yeah, they're probably going to do that now. 15 and ticking.
See if the Reggies call a timeout. Looks like Nantucket's not going to call a timeout. And that will be the end of the first half. So we've played 22 minutes here at UMass Dartmouth, and Nantucket on the strength of a big 74-yard run by Chris Gardner and a block punt by Hunter Mickelson, which was returned 22 yards from Tim Reinemo, has a 14-6 lead. We'll be back with some more of the Don Allen halftime show with the Nantucket cheerleaders here in a few moments.
That's not on the right page.
Any information on UMass? Hit it. Okay, see how I got it going? You hit that button and that red light will go out. And that light goes out.
Got that, too?
I'm going back.
I have no idea what Bob's talking about, but we see the Nantucket cheerleaders come over, and we see the Greater Lawrence going on. So we'll take a short break and go back with Nantucket.
Ooh, a one-man show.
Okay, we see the Nantucket cheerleaders heading over there, and the music getting keyed up here for their halftime show. Remember, the halftime show is brought to you by Don Allen Ford.
Hi there, it's a lovely day. Is it really? Oh, good. That's nice to hear. We are at halftime here.
And then we hear the music behind us here for the Nantucket cheerleaders. While the music starts out, I'd like to mention some of the fine girls out there cheering. Melissa Benson, Bevan Bixby, Patty Charns, Catherine Dickey, Hillary Markin, Katie Mitchell, and a lot of these girls, seniors out there cheering for the last time. Sarah Valero, Brittany Stroney, Kelly Strang, Shauna Resendiz, Elizabeth Farrell, and Amanda Cimitaro. So a fine job being done by the Nantucket cheerleaders out there. Remember, the cheerleaders are brought to you by the Inquirer and Mirror. You can read about this game next Thursday. Crack statistician and sports writer, Inquirer Mirror, Chris Warner, will have some fine stories on this game and other sports happening on and around the island this week. Nantucket cheerleaders out there getting ready for another dancing number. Little trouble getting the song keyed up. We see some of the fans here on the Reggie side of the fields. We're trying to wait for the Nantucket cheerleader song to get keyed up, and we don't seem to be having any luck. Here it goes. So good job there by the Nantucket cheerleaders. Halftime, and as the cheerleaders wind down here, we'll get Chris Warner, and not too much on the stat side here. The important one, Nantucket has the lead right now, Chris, and I think that's the big important one as far as Nantucket goes, going into halftime, getting ready for the third quarter.
Yeah, very similar, I think, in some ways to some of the games Nantucket has had. Southeastern comes to mind when Chris Gardner scored on the first play of the game. The second offensive play of the game for Nantucket, Gardner ripped off that 74-yarder. But offensively, they really haven't come up with too much else. Of course, Hunter Mickelson breaking through and getting that that punt block. Tim Renamo, the lucky recipient, and also, you know, not to take away his effort, but to get that ball right in his hands and cruise into the end zone is the reason Nantucket has the edge right now. But another reason why has been their defense. As I struggle to be heard. But Bo Morales, 14 carries for 53 yards. He's got 2 carries, 2 big ones, one for 23 yards, which set up their early score, another for 22 yards going the other direction, from which Greater Lawrence didn't really benefit. But Nantucket's defense has, in clutch situations, been able to come up with big, stopping Morales for a 1-yard gain on 4th and short, getting the ball back. So far it has been, in a lot of ways, a defensive struggle. And I think what Nantucket's coaches are going to look to do is to run the ball straight ahead. It seemed like when they got up to midfield the second to last time, they had the ball, Porter Fraker running straight ahead for that first down. After that, they lost a lot of yardage on 3 consecutive plays, ended up with about a 4th and 30. So I think if Nantucket can burst straight ahead and work on those efforts and not worry so much about misdirection, they can take advantage of some of their power up front and take away some of the speed advantage that Greater Lawrence has.
Do you think either coach, Chris, will make major changes in their what they've done in the first half, either on the offense or the defensive side of the ball?
I'm really surprised that the Ridges didn't stick with their misdirection, their passing game. Paul Laviolette is 2 for 9. He's got 37 yards. But that's how they scored their touchdown. That's how they got a lot of yardage on their first drive. Yet they really haven't come back to that play-action stuff, which got them in that good position in the first place. Nantucket did seem to learn their lesson. They have come back with a couple of sacks. Victor Ferrantella and Anthony Coletti at the defensive end spot seem to be staying in position and working on their keys. But I'm very surprised that Greater Lawrence hasn't tried to pass more, and I really think they will in the second half.
And Chris, this game, both game plans have worked fairly well. It's the Whalers lead because of a couple big plays. I mean, Chris Gardner breaks for free, and then Hunter Mickelson blocks the punt. Ryanamo goes into score. So not a bad game plan by Greater Lawrence. Just a couple of mistakes, and they're behind.
Yeah, and Bo Morales is not the type of running back that any team has been able to keep down. I do not know for sure, but I'd be very surprised to hear that he had been shut out for any game this season. He's got 30 touchdowns in 10 games. He's had a couple of games where he's had 5 touchdowns. So I think they need to re-energize themselves and reconcentrate their efforts on stopping Morales, because he's the type of back, you can give him the ball 50 times, he's going to run it as hard on the 50th time as he did on the first.
Hey, I think you said he had him 14 for 53?
Yes, that's right.
14 for 53, and you had him 22 and 23 for his big gainers. That brings him 12 for 8 on the other 12 carries. So Nantucket's really key on him and doing the job, except for those 2 times he broke away. One time was on the draw play, and the other time was just I think an up the middle play where he sort of broke the tackle too. And
right before that, actually, Declan, right before that draw play, he had lost 9 yards. He had negative 9 yards on that, and Nantucket really seemed to have him keyed in. But again, that draw play bounced off a couple tackles up front, and he was wide open until Trebby tracked him down.
One thing that's surprised me a little bit and also concerned me a little bit is how many times that the Greater Lawrence defense has gotten to Trebby. Do we know how many times they have sacked him?
I know that the times that he has tried to run the ball, I've got Trebby for minus 24 yards. That's for 3 different times. Minus 9, minus 10, minus 5. So I think a couple of those, 2 pass completions, or excuse me, 2 pass attempts, 1 interception. I just have those as losses of yards, so I know they've sacked him at least 3 times.
So they're putting a lot of pressure on Nantucket in that aspect. I don't think Trebby has been sacked 3 times in any one game this year, and here we have played one half and 2 minutes long. As you know, regular quarters are 10 minutes, Super Bowl is 11 minutes, so that has to play a little bit into it. But I think one thing that Coach Capizzo and Coach Hickman are going to talk to the offensive line is, when we throw the ball, we got to give a little bit more time for Trebby to see down the field and not pick up the sack. So they're sending a couple of guys right up the gut there. And one time, I remember one sack vividly where Trebby just looked up at his receiver and he had a defensive man right in his chest. No chance at all to throw the ball anywhere.
Yeah, I think that's what Nantucket's coaches will be talking about. They really need to block more of the middle zone than man-to-man, because really just about every play Greater Lawrence has a blitz, some linebacker going in. So that's something that they need to look at. And it can be, if Alex Trebby can read it right, it can be the type of thing where Nantucket can take advantage, definitely.
Okay, we see the Nantucket cheerleaders have finished up their halftime routine. Remember, halftime is brought to you by Don Allen Ford. And the cheerleaders brought to you by the Inquirer and Mirror. We thank both of those fine sponsors for bringing that. We see the referees back. The clock was set for 7 minutes, but the referee's back. I think they'll be calling both teams out to the middle of the field. We'll take a short break here and be back with the third quarter action. Okay, the Whalers are coming back here. 14-6 lead. They spent a lot of time upstairs here. We're going to have a few minutes before we get started. We'd like to mention some of our fine sponsors who bring you the Super Bowl.
That's right. And one of those items is a Makita power tool. These are tools for the long run, and they are, well, they have an 18-volt cordless drill. And I'm not sure what
the cordless drill can be purchased at Marine Home Center.
Right.
3 times if you want 3 of them.
Oh, 3 times. That's what that is. In case you wanted 3, just to be extra drill happy. You can go down to Marine Home Center and pick up your Makita power tool. And let's see, what other good things do we have happening here, Dick?
The Channel 3 high-tech advertising division running smoothly as usual.
Okay, we have this toss of the coin here, brought to you by our friends out at AK Diamonds.
That's
AK
right.
Diamonds,
They got a
early
killer
bird specials out there.
Killer salad bar upstairs, too.
And we'd like to mention some of our other fine sponsors, you people planning Christmas parties, a Sea Grill, good place to locate your Christmas party, AK Diamonds, Arnold's at 41 Main Street, Christians in the fairgrounds, a lot of fine people who bring you Whaler football in the fall. We're getting ready for our winter season. And next week, the basketball season's starting, and Channel 3 will be picking up some of the basketball game. We're going to ask Chris Warner. Chris, you had the game, the girls' opening game next Sunday. Is that correct, or is it Monday?
I believe it's going to be Sunday, talking to assistant coach Ms. Harvey and coach Willis Ferreira, although it does have in the athletic director schedule, it does say on Monday, so I'm going to have to double check and try to get that out there. But I stuck with Sunday because that was straight from the coach's mouth.
Okay, so if Nantucket opens, the girls open next Sunday versus Southeast. Channel 3 will be there. Bob's glaring at me as I say that. Next Sunday is the first basketball game, Bob. Channel 3. The following weekend, Bob, we book your weekend. Don't go anywhere, Bob, because we got swimming on Friday. We got gymnastics on Saturday morning. And we got boys and girls basketball Saturday afternoon. Remember the good old days, Eric? We covered 3 or 4 games within 3 or 4 events within one day.
I think my favorite was when the Norwegian teams came to town. That was pretty fun.
Nantucket has an exchange student from
Hunafest.
From where is it from?
Hunafest.
Hunafest. Okay, Nantucket's getting the ball here in the second half. The stands in front of us, full of Reggies, come alive here. And let's see who takes control here early in the second half.
Kick straight to Chris Gardner, and he's got blockers. Around the left side, knocked out at about the 40.
Good return here by Gardner, and the Nantucket sidelines is looking for a flag, and I think it came out.
Yeah, there's going to be a personal foul, probably a late hit or a face mask down there.
Gardner was well out of bounds when a Reggie came across, and let's see if they attach on another 15. Good return by Gardner, and with the 15 on that, it's going to give Nantucket real good field position.
Yeah, he really planted Gardner, excuse the pun, so they're going to march off 15 from there. Great field position for Nantucket.
So Nantucket's going to get the ball across the 50 on the 49. So they're going to put the pressure on the Reggie's defense right away here to make them come out and play. So the Reggie's a little bit too high on that. You hate to have a late hit. It's a really useless penalty, and it costs the Reggie's dearly here. Okay, Gardner out of the triple back set behind Fraker and Roberts. Picks up a couple. 2nd and 8. We're in the third quarter.
Third quarter is brought to you by Hutch's out at the airport. Hutch's serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. daily. It's located at the Nantucket Memorial Airport, and their phone number is 228-5550. Hutch's has something for everyone. Go down and visit them, either for a little snack or a full-blown meal.
Okay, so 2nd and 8, ball on the 47. Trebby keeps it.
I heard a whistle there.
Yeah, there was a whistle.
I think one of the officials, the inside official, thought the fullback had the ball, Eric, and blew the whistle. And I don't know if that's going to nullify the play or not. We just had some hippie pass by in front of us there talking. Don't you hate when that happens?
Yes, it's.
A friend of,
I think actually that's the sports reporter from the Herald.
from the Boston Herald. They send out a lot of stringers today. They got a lot of games going on. You don't call them reporters, you call them stringers.
I saw Mike Barnacle again reporting for yesterday's Island.
Okay, they're making the call now. They're going to call that no play, I believe. They're going to call that no play because the inside official went for the fake, Bob. You realize the official didn't know where the ball was, Bob. Can you believe that? So it's 2nd and 8.
Okay, so Treby's going to throw here. Little too high.
Caban, though, right there again. He's the guy with a knack for the ball.
Yeah, Seitz was the receiver, but the ball thrown too high.
But Mike Caban got the only touchdown of the day for Greater Lawrence, got the only interception of the day for Greater Lawrence, but 3 other occasions could have had an interception. 3rd and 7 here for the Whalers. 1 back, 3 wideouts.
Another throw. It's a good play there by Fraker. That ball was too high for him to catch, but he kind of played defender and made sure it hit the ground so it wasn't picked off.
Yeah, I thought it could have been a little interference one way or the other there, but the officials let it go. I don't know if Fraker initiated the contact or Caban in from behind him, but as you say, Fraker, great athlete he is, if he's not going to catch the ball, he's not going to let anybody else catch it either.
3rd and 7, ball in the 45.
4th down, Eric. They haven't changed the clock
I'm sorry,
yet.
4th down.
Okay, Nantucket moves. So that'll be a 5-yarder. So they reset it. Actually, they're calling it 4th and 7. It's 4th and 9, so this is going to push it back to about 4th and 14, maybe. So now this could give a possible return for the Reggies. Morales hasn't had one kicked to him yet. But see, sometimes the teams make a switch at the last minute because they know Nantucket's been kicking away from them all day.
Another low snap. Gets the kickoff. It's a good one. Takes a Greater Lawrence bounce, but no return on the play, and the ball's at about the 26. 9:32 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Okay, a little, as we say, extracurricular going on over there between Gardner and Caban. Two of the headliners on both sides of the ball here today, both scoring touchdowns, but going at them on a little blocking on the outside here. So the Reggies are going to get the ball here now for the first time here in the 2nd half, down by 8.
Inside handoff.
Oh, big hole by Morales.
That looks like it.
Oh,
good tackle by Chris
great touchdown
Beamish.
saving tackle by Beamish. He knocked out Treby, had him about 10 yards down the field. He shedded Treby. Looked like he was going to get around Beamish. Beamish took a nice angle on him, though, Eric, and come right back and makes a great tackle. We've seen Beamish make tackles before this year to save touchdowns. None bigger than that one.
Yeah, and the Whalers are going to have to watch out here that Morales doesn't get it going. He just had a great burst through the line, and as Chris Warner said at halftime, he runs the same on the first carry as the 50th carry.
Inside handoff. Treby saves a touchdown, but we're down to the 2 all of a sudden.
Treby takes him down at the
Unbelievable. 2 back-to-back runs by the Reggies. And we'll get Chris Warner to give us the yardage on both of those carries.
Morales for 42 yards, and then number 25 for 31 yards.
Morales for 42, and then J.P. Vasquez on an inside handoff, a play Nantucket has not seen all day. All of a sudden, it's goal to goal. You know Morales is going to get it here.
Stacked up, and he's driven back, probably loses a yard.
Well, they're going to give him forward progress on that, Eric. He's going to get back at least to the line of scrimmage, if not pick up a yard. They did knock him back to the 3, but let's see what they mark as forward progress. You saw Porter Fraga along with a few other of the Nantucket defenders pointing right at Morales, pointing right at the hole he was coming, and that causes some turmoil on the Reggie side of the ball. They're going to call a timeout there. It's awful downgrading when you have the defense pointing right at the hole you're coming. So Nantucket calls a timeout here. 2nd and goal from the 2, Diana.
If you're looking for a great place to go after the game, Dick, you can visit Fairgrounds Restaurant. They're open 7 days a week, serving lunch and dinner, and they have an excellent variety on their menu. And they also have buffets Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday nights from 5 to 9 p.m. for only $12.95. And children under 12 eat for $6.95. So go visit the Fairgrounds Restaurant, and they're at 27 Fairgrounds Road.
So we see Coach Capizzo and Coach Hickman, along with the rest of his coaching staff, Conley and Cimitaro, going over what the Whalers have to do. They do spot the ball right back at the line of scrimmage, Eric, so it goes as a no-yard pickup. It's 2nd and goal here, though.
Whalers clinging to a 14-6
And they went to Morales last time.
Back to Morales again, tries to go over the top.
Jumping up there, as an offensive coach, I would not ever call that play. I know it works a lot, but the ball can come out. Morales dives, doesn't get in. Again, I saw Joey Howard, the middle linebacker, pointing right at Morales. Nantucket knows he's coming, and I'm pretty sure he's coming again. They're not giving him much on that one either, Eric. 3rd and 2. I think Greater Lawrence has got to think of running the quarterback on the naked bootleg here now. Nantucket's keying in on Morales. Quarterback
Keeps
sneak.
it, and it's in for a touchdown. Greater Lawrence. Went right over the left side. Everyone keying on Morales up the middle, and found a little bit of a room on the left side and goes in for the score. So now the Whalers lead is 2, and Greater Lawrence will go for 2.
You wonder if the quarterback does that in the zone. You know, the best time to run a quarterback sneak is when your team and the other team is thinking the halfback's going to get it because you have people out of position. That time there, as you said, he went left, not much blocking, but there wasn't much there. Everybody's keying on Morales, and he goes in pretty much standing up. He falls into the end zone, but he went in standing up. And Nantucket defense, if they want to keep the lead, has got to stop the 2-point conversion here.
Yeah, big play here for the Whaler D. They've held him a couple of times from about here, so different formation for Greater Lawrence. Handoff to Morales. He is stopped, so the Whalers will maintain their 2-point lead. 7:37 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Hallett there. Looks like Mickelson there. And that extra point was brought to you by Congdon and Coleman Insurance for all your insurance needs.
Sure, steal my line.
I saw you on the wrong page.
Oh, no, I was just gonna, I was looking at this page. It doesn't mean I was gonna read this page, Dick.
What comes after an extra point?
Oh yeah, kickoff.
Hey!
Hey, it's only taken me a season.
The ad people we got to deal with in this day and age, Eric.
Kickoff is brought to you by Pina Bus Lines, everybody. They're the official carrier of the Nantucket Whalers. And they've got great transportation needs for all your special events and occasions. And you can call at 508-428-2062.
Okay, 14-12. Loads of time to go, folks. 737. No, there's no such thing as 787. That's a plane, I think.
It's a Lockheed,
737. 737. Why you have the goalpost right across the 3 there, Eric, as I sit here? Chris Warner doesn't believe me. He's going to... So, with 7:37 to go, the 787 is taken off.
Actually,
and now
it would be a Boeing, I believe.
So 2 Super Bowls played yesterday, Eric. Both of them blowouts. This here's a much better game, 14-12.
Yeah, nothing like last year. Or 2 years ago against Boston English.
Fraker gets this one. Oh!
Fraker almost snuck through there, but a shoestring tackle brings him down at the 37.
Big hole. He was through the hole, but somebody got a hold of his ankle, dragged him down, and he can't move up the field. Nantucket will be starting on the 35. It's very important, Eric, for the Nantucket offense to get some momentum back. Right now, Greater Lawrence is taking the momentum in their favor. We are on the Reggie side of the field. There's a lot of support going on around here.
Okay, the pitch goes to Gardner. He's around the left side, finds a little bit of room, and then gets stuffed with no gain.
Yeah, the speed of the Reggie defense catches up with him that time. Tries to turn the corner and get upfield, not there. And he's going to wind up maybe losing. No, he's gonna gain about a foot, so it's going to be 2nd and 10. They'll still call it. Maybe 9.
I'd like to remind you of another fine dining establishment, and that is Christian's on Old South Road. And I've had quite a few of their meals. I've had fish, I've had chicken, and every single meal I order there comes out beautifully done. Everybody gets a different type of dish. It's beautiful. Go visit Christian on Old South Road.
Okay, Fraker lined up in the backfield, and he gets the pitch, but he's going nowhere.
Fumble! There's a fumble. I think it went out of bounds, though.
Yeah, he fumbled it out of bounds. So the ball at about the 34.
So that's going to go as a 1-yard loss, and Nantucket very, very fortunate on that play. As you say, the Reggies are stringing it out, but not only are they stringing it out, Eric, they're getting a good pop on the end of the play. Lots of times when a play gets strung out, the tackle is sort of a hang-on type tackle. They are putting their body and shoulder into it and jarred the ball loose from Porter that time. Nantucket's in trouble here, 3rd and 12.
Okay, Treby's got time, but it closes on him quickly, and he is going to be stopped at about the 37, and the Whalers are going to have a 4th down.
And again, they gave him a good pop at the end of that play. Right now, it's a situation of whose body's going to hold up longer than the other. Both teams are really, really hitting each other, and all 3 tackles that time by the Reggies were put on good sticks on the Nantucket ball carriers. Fraker getting ready to punt from the 38. Bo Morales is set back on about the Reggie 30.
Terrible snap. Fraker gets a hold of it and gets a pretty good kickoff.
Oh, that could be a late hit. That could be a late hit. They haven't thrown the flag, though. Oh,
getting into it with...
The fans on this side of the field are upset. Nantucket got the flag on the other side of the field. The Reggies are looking for it this side of the field. I think
I'm scared. I gotta go to the other side. You guys need a new ad.
Bob, you might want to...
we're gonna move our camera to the other side of the field. Either that,
tell you what, though, the
Reggie hats on. Do we have any Reggie hats?
Have a point. That was truly a late hit, and no flag.
Diana, go back to the guy and get those Reggie hats so we can wear them here for the second half.
Oh, Morales.
Tim Reinemo right in the backfield. That's going to go as a 2-yard loss for Morales.
Yeah,
Reinemo gives him a good pop.
Fraker and looks like Roberts might have been in on that one as well.
That goes as a 3-yard loss there. Good play by Tim Reinemo coming in from his right defensive tackle spot. Coletti and Parentale are the ends. Reinemo and Boynton are the tackles.
Deep pass.
He had Caven open over there, overthrew him this time.
Trebby tried to help Caven up, and Caven did not need assistance.
Okay, back deep for Nantucket is Trebby along with Seiss and Beamish. Linebackers Hunter Mickelson, Joey Howard, Matt Robertson, Porter Fraker. 3rd and 13.
In the flat, Luciano cannot make the catch.
Yeah, they tried
a couple there actually today, Dick.
Yeah, they tried to set up a little screen that time. Nantucket had that play well diagnosed. Coletti, Anthony rushing in from his left defensive end, puts a lot of pressure on the quarterback. He throws it early, doesn't connect. I don't think Vasquez would have made any yardage whatsoever. A lot of Nantucket players around him as he tried to field it.
Okay, so Reggie's are going to have to punt. That's a big defensive stand by Nantucket.
Nantucket's got 9 guys up on the ball, Eric. Watch him go for the block. Excellent
great punt. That one is, good. It might have...
brought it in. He brought it into the end zone.
Might have gone, yeah, and it does.
Number 11 gave Nantucket a good break there. Looked like the ball was dying on about the 1-yard line.
If
11 dives on it.
If 11 doesn't touch it, that one is a Whaler first down on about the 1-yard line.
Yeah. But all of a sudden, I don't know, did they change punters or what? The first half, the punter couldn't do anything with the ball. A couple of 15, 20 yarders a block. All of a sudden, this half, he's doing a much better job. Booms that one about 60 yards, it seemed, downfield. Into the end zone it goes with the break by the Reggie defender knocking it in. Nantucket's going to set up here with 3:50 to go, 1st and 10 on the 20.
Okay, inside handoff. Gain of about 3.
Up the middle for about 3, so it's going to bring up a 2nd and 7.
And that was Roberts with the carry.
A portion of today's game is brought to you by Something Natural, and you can visit Something Natural for a great sandwich, and they also have a new location at 6 Oak Street, and you can go there for early morning coffee and or else a sandwich. That's Something Natural.
Okay, Roberts on the last carry. Hit a guy over the cutback.
The head off and brought down after a gain of a few. It's going to be a couple yards short of the first down.
Yeah, 4 yards by Roberts, 4 yards by Garner, so Nantucket going to be working 3rd and a shot 2.
Bob, what we need is one of those ESPN gold lines for Channel 3 so the viewers at home can just tell just how far away from first down he is.
First time I watched that on TV, I thought they were painting the lines on the field so that we could see them better.
Dick, technology has passed you by.
No, it hasn't caught up to me yet.
Another handoff. That one goes to Roberts.
Fraker picks up the first down on a...
I'm sorry, Fraker. Yeah, the Reggie fans cheering, but Nantucket did pick up a first down. 1st and 10 on the 28.
Yeah, Fraker breaks through the middle, picks up a good 7 yards before he's hammered down. Nantucket will take that anytime.
I'm sorry.
Reggie's are cheering for the big hit, but Nantucket will take the big 7 yards.
Ball's on the 35. Excuse me.
2 minutes ago here in the 3rd quarter. Remember, the 3rd quarter is brought to you by Hutch's Family Restaurant with something for everyone.
Gardner almost ran into the referee before being tackled with a gain of about 9 yards.
Matt Roberts again on the counter coming back the other way, faking the ball to Garner. The Reggies are biting for the fake to Garner, coming back to Roberts. He's through the line of scrimmage before they realize what's happened, and he almost bulls his way for the first down. They drag him down just short of it. So Nantucket's got the momentum coming back in their favor, nursing a 14-12 lead here with about a minute to go in the 3rd quarter.
Yard to go. Oh, Chubby falls down.
I think that was a missed handoff. I think it was a missed handoff as Trebby sort of faked it somewhere, and then all of a sudden goes back and slips down on one knee. Nantucket almost got a break on that, though, Eric, because the man coming in for Trevi almost puts a late hit on him. He does actually give him a little stick in the back, but the referee lets it go.
I'll tell you what, if the referee had flagged him on that, I think we would have been in trouble sitting here, and I'm quite glad he did not.
Okay, we have a timeout here, Diana.
Thanks, Dick. I want to tell you about Hutch's one more time, that they serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And they're open from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily. They have a full liquor license. There's plenty of free parking. And they always have available takeout if you are wanting to eat on the go. That's Hutch's. It's located at Nantucket Memorial Airport. And you can call them at 228-5550 or go down there and visit them. Remember that Ron De Silva wants you to support your local Boys and Girls Club.
Hey, we have a, it's not an injured Reggie. I thought it was an injured player, but it's an injured helmet.
Injured helmet, yeah.
There's a helmet on the field.
They had the helmet down, and the training crew out there looked like they were operating on it. Sounds like Yankee Stadium about 20 years ago. Reggie, Reggie.
Yeah, we need one of those Reggie candy bars. Okay, now all of a sudden, what looks like a real short first down. Nantucket has to work for a 3rd and 6. Gets it to Ferrantella. He breaks free.
Big play by Ferrantella. He got the first down. He was stopped short, but just barreled over the Reggie players and pick up the first down. 47 seconds to go in the third quarter.
Big second effort by Victor Ferrantella as he drags a couple of Reggies forward and gets a very important first down here for the Whalers. Whalers got to get the momentum back in their favor, and they're slowly doing it, Eric, on this drive.
Back split. The handoff went to Roberts.
And again, that misdirection is not only fooling us, but fooling the Reggies, and that's more important to fool the Reggies than us.
Well, he gave the kind of an interesting fake. He gave the ball to Roberts and then faked to Gardner.
And Roberts right now is becoming an important part of this drive. 9 yards, last pickup, another 5 here. You like your fullback to give you 5 or 9 on the first carry. Makes it very easy to get your second down play called. So that will be the end of 3 quarters. Nantucket's holding a 14-12 lead.
We want to remind you that Nantucket Airlines is the official airline of the Nantucket Whalers. And they would like to say best of luck to them today on the Super Bowl. That's Nantucket Airlines. And you can give them a call at 228-6234 or go visit them.
Both teams over talking to the coaches here between quarter. 1 more quarter to go here.
Island Photo is offering a free second set for 3.5 or 4-inch color prints every day of the week. They do film developing there, and it applies to the original developing and printing of full-frame 35mm and 110C-41 process color print films. You can see the details in the store, and they're located at Island Pharmacy, 31 Sparks Avenue, and that's Island Photo. If you need to give them a call, it's 228-6400.
Okay, the teams have reversed field. Nantucket will now be going from our right to left, 2nd and 5, 11 minutes to go in the ball game. Oh! Alex Marquez breaks through, and the stunt was there that time. And Nantucket knows that stunt's coming, but Alex a little bit quick that time, gets into the backfield. So all of a sudden it's 3rd and 9 here. Again, another passing situation here for the Whalers. Ball just across midfield.
Yeah, good anticipation by Greater Lawrence to meet Gardner. Picked up about a yard. Treby's going to pass, rolling right. Looked like it could have been picked off, but it's ruled incomplete.
Referee ruled that it hit the ground. and it's a break for the Whalers because they would have had better field position. They're going to get out of this punt, Eric.
Number 4 ran all the way across the field and appealed to the opposite side line judge. Not sure he had a very good view on that one.
We'll review our game film here and see what it looks like.
Bob, roll that one back, will you?
We've done that before, Bob, right? Brought the officials right up here in the booth with us. Okay, Porter Fraker getting ready to punt. The ball just at midfield. Bo Morales set up on about the 10. Bad snap. Oh!
And the snaps on the punts have been low all day. And finally, that one pays off for Greater Lawrence. They're going to have excellent field position. And Nantucket's defense really in a hole right now.
Yeah, tough break there for Nantucket. Porter Fraker, as you said, has handled the low snaps before. This one scoots in under his legs. Luckily, he picks it up, tries to turn the corner, but the speed of the outside linebackers coming was too much there. And all of a sudden, Greater Lawrence has it here on the 27, 1st and 10. The Whalers defense got to come up big here. Greater Lawrence takes a page out of the Nantucket notebook and gives it to the fullback up the middle. He only picks up about 2. Nantucket will take that play all day, keying on Morales, but the fullback doesn't seem to have the quick step. He has to really get going, and he doesn't move to the line as quickly for the Reggies as Morales does.
Okay, so it's 2nd and 8. Ball on the 25. There's a pitch back to Morales. Not fooled at all.
Flag comes out on the end of that play, too. Looks like a holding on Greater Lawrence. Nantucket may decline.
Oh, they should decline this one. Fraker was in the backfield, and he got a hand on Morales and brought him down. That's a loss of about 3 or 4 on the play if Nantucket declines the penalty.
Nantucket should decline this one, Eric.
A portion of today's game is brought to you by the Atlantic Cafe at 15 South Water Street. And they're still offering rib night and wing night. So if you're looking for a bite to eat, for some fun and
okay,
good
3rd and
atmosphere,
11.
go down to the Atlantic Cafe or call them at 228-0570.
This time they swing it out to the big fullback, Eric, and he makes a nice cut. Good blocking out there by the Reggies. That's going to be close to the 1st down.
Oh, they're going to measure this one, it looks like.
So the ball's down close to the 17. It has to get just to the 17 for the 1st down. I think it's close enough. Let's see how they pull the chain out here. Reggies are still going to have another down. A little bit short.
A little short.
So it's going to bring 4th and inches, less than a yard. A big sign on the Nantucket side of the field, but Nantucket's got to do it again here, Eric.
But the Reggie fans not too pleased with that mark.
No, not at all.
Did you bring your mace?
I got my Reggie leather sweater that I'm going to put on in a minute. They keep looking back at us. Okay, 4th and 1, 9 minutes to go in Nantucket's defense.
Biggest play of the game so far, coming up.
Quarterback snake, and he made enough forward. Let's see where the officials mark it.
The Whalers think that they stopped him, but forward progress
Where the
should give
officials
them a 1st
mark it.
down.
Because he made enough forward momentum. He was thrown back for the loss, but it's all with an outside official spots, and they gave him the spot. So they're moving the chains, Bob. And now it's 1st and 10 from the 16, Eric. Nantucket's defense.
Don't forget Don Allen Ford today, everybody. Don Allen has electronic engine analyzing, body work and painting, front end aligning, wheel balancing, and
Reverse,
much more.
Morales keeps it, fake reverse, and the Whalers really sniffing out that misdirection.
Yeah, they had that play covered all the way there. It's going to go as a loss. The Greater Lawrence coaching staff is a little bit upset with the blocking on that play there, yelling out at their players on the field, but I don't think it's a blocking so much as the Nantucket defenders knew what was coming. Now you got to wonder if Greater Lawrence has a field goal kicker, Eric. Their only extra point try was blocked. I seen them kicking some field goals from about the 15. They're close to that vicinity right now.
Pass play. Picked off in the end zone by Fraker.
Porter Fraker does the job there. A lot of pressure put on the quarterback. He wishes he didn't let that one go. He had a little bit of room. He could have moved up the field. He decided to go for everything. Well covered in the end zone was the defender, or the receiver by the Nantucket defender, Porter Fraker. He picks it off for a big, big interception. Nantucket gets the ball on the 20.
Yeah, that ball headed right towards Fraker and an easy interception.
7:45 to go here. Nantucket sends sights out, so they're going to go with their big backfield there. Double tight end.
Try to take some
on
time
one
off the
side,
clock.
Farentell on the other. Nantucket can get a drive going here, Eric. Would be very, very nice to get some time off the clock. Still plenty of time to go here in this game. Nantucket nursing, holding on for dear life, 14-12.
Bob has risen to his...
Bob is up, so
That means the Advil's kicking
the
in.
Advil's kicking in, Bob, huh?
2nd and 8, ball in the 22. Roberts does not pick up too much ground.
No, 3rd and long. Almost feel like you got to throw here, but you almost feel like you don't want to throw here, you know? Twixt in between here, what to do. Clock ticking away, but still plenty of time. 6.5 minutes to go, and 3rd and long. Nantucket takes Farentell out, so they're bringing back in their wide receiver, Eric. So they're going to go with the double wideout, probably Fraker and Seitz, with Rynamo in the slot. So they're in a passing formation. Let's see if they run the draw out of it.
Gardner in motion, splits right, and there's flags on the play.
Either the defense crossed the line of scrimmage or Gardner turned upfield too early. Let's see which way the flag goes. Oh, delay of the game. Time ran down. Delay of the game. They're taking a little bit too long getting that play off. So the clock ticks down, and just not what you want to do in that situation, going from a 3rd and 8 to a 3rd and 13. So
Okay,
6:15, that stops the clock too. So not only does that give him a 5-yard penalty, it stops the clock. 3rd and 13 for the Whalers.
2 receivers on the right. Gardner in motion left. But they end up handing it off to Roberts, who is tackled at about the original line of scrimmage. So the Whalers are going to have to kick again.
Yeah, they put Gardner in motion, hoping to take the middle linebacker out there. Reggies have shown that they cover the man in motion sometimes with a middle linebacker. The Reggies are switching off, though, and Nantucket thought they could get Roberts up the middle. He picks up 4 yards, but it was a real hard fought for the 4 yards. And now the ever-dangerous punt. Punting is hurting both teams here today. Fraker getting set to kick another one. Another low snap. This is going to tie the game. Ball game is tied.
Good play by Fraker, though. Although he couldn't get the ball off the ground, he kicked it out of the back of the end zone for the safety. And it's going to be 14-14, and Nantucket's going to have a free kick to Greater Lawrence.
So all of a sudden, the kicking game, which has been a strong aspect of Nantucket all year, is hurting them here badly right now. And both teams is going to go over to their bench, Diana.
Yeah, if you don't want to buy your Christmas present this year, you can make one with the Makita Power Tool. They have them over at Marine Home Center, and these tools are awesome. They're monsters, they last forever, and they get the job done. So go visit Marine Home Center for your Makita Power Tool. They even have a 18-volt cordless drill and many more. So go visit Marine Home Center.
Okay, as you said, Eric, Porter Franca makes a real smart play there. He does not chance trying to fall on that ball and give Greater Lawrence 6 points. He just kicks it out of the end zone, which becomes an automatic safety. It gives Greater Lawrence an important 2 points, so it's 14-14. Also, Nantucket has to kick off from the 20. Now, they can punt the ball or they can kick it from the tee. They have the tee out there, so they're going to use the tee here. But, I mean, Greater Lawrence is only going to set up at about the 40-yard line. Any type of run back, and Greater Lawrence is going to have the ball in Nantucket territory.
Tough break for Nantucket, although they got a couple breaks that went their way in the first half. Second half, the luck has been with the Reggies.
Yeah, Nantucket used a couple of pooch kicks in the first half. They're not going to pooch kick it here. They're going to ask Trebi to kick it as far and deep as he can. Morales is back on about the 30. Kickoff.
Kickoff is brought to you by Peanut Bus Lines.
And Morales gets it.
It's actually
And he's trying to make his last cut there, Eric, and he slips down. That's a break there because there's a little bit of room outside for Morales to move. So Greater Lawrence. No, I'm sorry, Cabin, not Morales. Number 4, Cabin, slips down as he tries to make his cut there. And he had a little bit of room if he could. Now it's up to the Reggies to see if they can get their drive going. Nantucket's got 5 minutes to play some defense, try to get the ball back for them.
Tell you what, though, Dick, this is a heck of a ball game so far. Ball on the 48. Heard a whistle.
Nantucket left the tee on the field. A referee that can't see a penalty right in front of him can see the tee 35 yards downfield.
Oh, I remember this ref, Dick. Inside handoff Morales, stopped by Fraker just across the 50.
Hey, Greater Lawrence is now trying to get Morales in different spots, trying to give Nantucket a different look. They didn't bite for it. Inside handoff, Morales comes back and gets hit, crossing the line of scrimmage, picks up 2, 2nd and 8. Clock is ticking though. 4:55 to go.
Morales again.
Oof. Coletti and Howard there to tackle him though with Roberts.
It's a lot of weight on Morales. He's a little slow to get up. In fact, the referee has to pull him to his feet.
Morales and the big fullback, Luciano Vasquez, is also slow getting up. So Nantucket getting their licks. Both defenses, Eric, are really pounding each other today, pounding the offense. And most of these kids are playing both ways anyway, you know. Some players haven't been off the field yet this afternoon. 4 minutes to go in the game, in regulation. 14-14.
Keeps the ball, and Fraker made the play on that one. He was right in the quarterback's face, and Matt Roberts had the coverage, but it's going to be 4th down at about 6.
The Reggies will have to punt it.
Again, a few of our special sponsors for this special game is David Watts Heating, Glidden and Glidden, Shepley Wood Products, Holgate and Coletti Construction Company, and they say good luck number 81, go Whalers!
Okay, so Nantucket's going to get the ball back under 4 minutes. Punting has hurt both teams today. Nantucket has blocked one for a touchdown.
John Barone in the middle, Fraker on the left, Gardner on the right. Snap. Low punt, and Fraker picks it up. Fraker makes a dangerous play there, picking it up at the last minute, but he holds on, and he's at about the 20.
Trying to get something to happen is Fraker. Big play, Fraker wants to get something to happen, and Dangerous gets it. Big number 30 here, Luciano Vaquez is down in front of us, and he may not get up for this next play. We'll take a short break here, Diana.
Okay, more of those special sponsors are P&M Reese Trucking, Harry's Mid-Island Auto Supply, and they have go-karts for sale. So don't forget, if your kid is looking for a go-kart, they're the ones you want to go see. D Marketing Company, Muse Pizza, Surfside Subs, and they are offering takeout. You can call them at 228-1471. So after Christmas shopping, go grab yourself a pizza or a sub. Also, the Islander wishing the best of spirits to the Whalers.
Okay, so number 30, Luciano, is up, and he was limping on the last play, Eric, so
Yeah,
he just hurt his leg a little bit more trying to go downfield than that punt. He didn't get very far
He
downfield.
probably went down by himself. You rarely see a guy in kick coverage go down so close to where the punt was launched from. So Nantucket 1st and 10 on the 20, 14-14 tie ball game, 3:43 to go. This one's pretty exciting, Dick.
Yeah, 20, ball on the 20, so 80 yards to go for the Whalers, but they've done it before and they can do it again here. Big hole for Roberts. And again, Nantucket is giving the ball a little bit more to Roberts here in the fourth quarter with the Reggies keying on Gardner. Roberts picks up another 5 there on first down, so some good first yard pickups by Roberts. 2nd and 5. Clock is running though. 3 minutes and 20 seconds to go. We'll look at the end of this next play, Eric. We'll see if we can pick it up. Middle line, he'll be taken down for nothing. We'll ask Bob to swing the camera down here right in front of us. They can see them working on Luciano, number 30. They got the trainer there, and they have a couple of players, and they're trying to put some pressure. It looks like they're trying to tape his calf or work his calf muscle there, Eric. They want him back in the ballgame if they get a chance to get the ball back.
But I also see on the sideline to the left here, number 8 warming up.
Number 8 is and has been a starting quarterback this year. He got injured in about the 6th or 7th game and hasn't played much since.
So we'll see if they make a change, shake things up a little bit if they get the ball back.
And maybe that's too much time again.
That's what the call is going to be.
No, Nantucket calls a timeout for something there. I don't know if it was called by Coach Capizzo on the sidelines or called by the wideout on that side. Sites calls it, but I don't know if Coach Capizzo tells Sites to call it or not, or he calls on his own. 2:28 to go, 3rd and 4. Coach Capizzo saw something on the defensive side of the ball he didn't like there, I believe.
Hey, Dick, are we in the Island Air cockpit?
We're in the Island Airline cockpit, and we got to start thinking about the player of the game here, the Harborview player of the game. But tell us a little bit about our friends from Island Airlines.
Yeah, well, right now they're having a holiday special. You can do the same-day round trip originating in Nantucket for $49, and there are no restrictions. It's a holiday special that's good through December 31st, and really you should take advantage of that. You can call them at 228-7575 for a reservation, or just go down and visit them.
I'm going to mention some of the guys in the trenches, Eric, who are doing a job there for the Whales. Howard at center. Gowacki and Lepre at guard, Boynton and McGrath at tackles. Not too much credit given to those 5 guys, but all year long they've been the guys in the trenches opening up the holes for Roberts and Gardner.
But I'll tell you what, Dick, I think the player of the game is going to be determined in this last couple minutes of play.
I believe you may be right, Eric.
Trebi drops back. Throw is up.
Sites brings it in.
And as I was saying, I think the player of the game.
Now we have an injured Whaler over here.
Down here.
Is that Gardner coming up limping? Chris Gardner comes up limping, but he's going to keep himself in the game. So Trebi hangs that one out to Sites. And how many yards, Chris?
42.
42 yards, a big 42, Eric. 2:19 to go. Eric, Nantucket, along with Eric and Dick, are in scoring position right now.
I love being in scoring position, Dick.
Okay, here we go. Nantucket 1st and 10.
Okay, there is Fraker. picks up a couple. So the Whalers, good field position, 2:08 to go, tie ball game. Mrs. Gardner a little bit anxious standing to my right.
Yeah, Nantucket could be thinking field goal too. They have a kicker in Kevin Martin who has done a decent job this year with the extra points. That may become an option. Clock is running. Both teams have plenty of timeouts, but no one's opted to call one yet.
Handoff to Fraker again. We're going to have a third and about 5.
Nantucket's not calling a timeout, so they may be playing to see if they get the first down, and now they're going to call a timeout.
Again, we'd like to remind you that broadcast of these programs is made possible by Nantucket Bank. Nantucket Bank is committed in its support of all school athletic programs as a vital component of our children's education. Community support is a tradition at Nantucket Bank.
I hope if we go into overtime, we have a chance to use the little boy and girl room here.
You should have done
Thank
that
you,
at
Dick.
halftime.
I'm very happy you just informed the entire viewership about your personal well-being.
Well, I had to stay here through halftime. All you people got a chance to leave at halftime. I was the only one here, manning the camera, manning the mic,
Hey,
watching the cheerleaders.
You want some cheese with that wine, Dick?
Remember the fairgrounds for Monday Night Football. If you're at the fairgrounds right now, I hope you're watching Channel 3 at the fairgrounds for Monday Night Football.
Who do we have on Monday Night Football this week?
Monday
it is,
Night Football
Green
this
Bay
week.
at Tampa Bay,
I think
correct?
it's the Battle of the Bays, right? The Battle of the Bays. Okay. We haven't said it enough. 14-14, 1:23 to go in regulation. Ball on the 26-yard line. Nantucket's got to get about another 10 to 12 to have a decent shot at a field goal. Another
Breaker
26.
in motion. Trebi drops back. He's passing. Rolls right.
Ball is deflected 3 times. I don't know if anybody got it or not. It was deflected 3 times. Are they giving it to the Reggies?
Yep, that was picked off. That one was batted in the air and then picked off by the Reggies. So, with $1:14 to go in regulation, the Reggies will have about
80 yards to
82
go.
yards to go.
It's still a tie game, Bob, but Nantucket was getting themselves in decent field position there for a field goal. Ball on the 18. Inside handoff to J.P. Vasquez, and the Reggies call a timeout. We're going to be thinking about Harbor Fuel MVP. And tell us a little bit about Harbor Fuel.
Yeah, that's right. Harbor Fuel at every game donates $100 in the name of the game's MVP to a general scholarship fund that helps defer the cost of higher education. Harbor Fuel has been in dependable service for over 30 years, and they have 24-hour service. You can call them at 228-2411, and they have all your needs for heating fuel, and they take care of your car if you need any tires or diesel fuel, residential fuel, lubricants, gasoline, freeze protection, the whole 9 yards. Harbor Fuel Oil Corporation at 15 Sparks Avenue.
Okay, 1:05 to go. 2nd and 10 for the Reggies. Ball on the 18-yard line. Nantucket looking for a turnover here. Back to pass to the Reggies, surprisingly. Here's it outside lines.
Out of bounds.
And a little bit surprised the Reggies are passing there inside the 20, Eric. Not sitting on it. They're not playing for the tie, that's for sure.
Yeah, and that stops the clock. 59 seconds to go, and as you know, Dick, this game cannot end in a tie. And if it does go to overtime, each team will have a shot from the 10-yard line.
Yeah, if we go into overtime, each team gets the ball on the 10. It can't end in a tie, Eric, after that, but they will play one overtime. They won't go on if it stays tied. Oh, there's Bo Morales. Boy, and you hate to see him cross that line of scrimmage, but not a wheeler on his back. And Nantucket corrals him after about a 9-yard pickup, and then it calls a quick timeout. It can end in a tie, Eric. They'll just play one overtime. And after the one overtime, if it's tied, that's it. They won't go beyond that. Way back in the mid-70s, they had Hanover playing Hull, and it went to 7 overtimes. And at the end of that game, they thought the players were much too tired, much too worn down. And after that overtime game of 7 overtimes between Hanover and Hull, they changed the rule the next year, making only 1 overtime allowed in high school football in Massachusetts.
Before my time.
Were you even born back in '72, Eric?
Barely. I was 2 years old.
Okay, 4th and 2. You can't go for it here. You almost want to go for it. You can't go for it. Both teams having a heck of a time with the punting. The punting has cost Nantucket its 14-12 lead.
And only one man drops back. That's
Punting has
Gardner.
also given Nantucket a touchdown.
So they're coming.
They get off a low kick. And Nantucket's going to have a couple of shots here. 43 seconds.
They got plenty of time. They have 43 seconds, so they can.
Plenty of time.
They can go for it here. Ball's on about the.
A 19-yard punt, so Nantucket will take that. So the punting, you know, if there's a definite weakness in this game, besides me and you, Eric, it's the punting game. So Nantucket's going to have a couple of shots here, and I have a good feeling they're going to air the ball down the field. Gardner is in there. Now he's going to be taken out. Gardner's got a little bit of a limp. He was hurt on the last sequence, and now Nantucket's going to go to a triple wide out and keep Roberts in the backfield.
Chubby drops back. He has a little bit of time and closes on him quickly. Sack for a loss, and the clock keeps ticking, so
Neither team.
Nantucket waits a few seconds before calling time.
They do call the timeout, though.
And the timeout is brought to you by Arno's at Main Street. They serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner daily, and they have available takeout. They're at 41 Main Street. You can call them at 228-7001 or go up and visit them. They have an excellent variety on their menu and really awesome food. That's Arno's at 41 Main Street. And also don't forget about AK Diamonds out by the airport. They offer a wonderful salad bar, and they have a little bar downstairs, and they have an excellent, nice, spacious dining room upstairs. So go visit AK Diamonds out by the airport too.
The old Harold hippie went by us again.
Dick, just because he has a beard, does that make him a hippie?
No, I'm saying he's been by so many times. Why does he sit in one spot? Up
Actually,
and down
I think
he
he's
goes.
interviewing fans. Anyway, 2nd and 16, 29 seconds to go. Chubby drops back, and he is going to take off, heading for the sidelines, and he gets out of bounds.
Saves himself a timeout there. 21 seconds. Nantucket's still alive here. It's going to be pretty close to a first down. You got ants in your pants? You've been on our camera 15 times. Okay, 21 seconds to go here. Marking the ball, 2nd and 1. And they're going to measure it. It's going to be close enough for a measurement. The Heralders are going to try to get themselves in position here to right on this play.
Okay, so big measurement coming up. 21 seconds would give you a couple shots at the end zone.
Well, it's only 2nd down anyway, so they're still going to have the 2 shots no matter if it's a first down or not a first down. It's a little bit sharp, and Nantucket's going to bring up 3rd and about 1.
It's 3rd down now, Dick.
A portion of today's game is brought to you by Bob's Auto Repair at 48 Nobadeer Farm Road. You can give them a call at 228-1239 for all your automotive needs. If you have a broken car, go visit Bob's Auto Repair. Let's go Whalers. Let's go Whalers.
What I need here is a good Snapple. Eric, you know where I get a good Snapple? We're glad Eric came today. He brought us a couple balls of Snapple.
Dick is really attempting to get his I was going to say something, but I won't. Okay,
Going to
Chubby back.
Fraker. They hit him.
Fraker still on his feet, and he gets out of bounds. Huge play, 14 seconds on the clock. They're going to have time for 2 shots at the end zone after the first down.
Well, it could be 2 shots for the end zone, Eric, or it could be 1 shot and a field goal. Now you're close enough. Let's see, the ball's on the 20. No, it's going to be about a 37-yarder from here. It's a little bit too far, Bob's saying, but you never know.
What's the record then?
The record in high school is 62 yards, Bob. Nantucket, I think Nantucket kicked about a 43-yarder once.
Okay, so here it is, 14 seconds to go, 14-14. Number 14 drops back, puts it up in the end zone. Oh, and it looked like he had it picked, but it's out of bounds. 8 seconds on the clock.
So they could get 2 more plays out, Eric, because that play only took 6 seconds. And that was a long pass play where they threw it deep to the corner. I think Trebby would want to have just thrown that one away in the corner.
Yeah, they're going to have to call a quick pass play here. And they're going to have to throw it to the end zone if they want to have 2 shots at it.
Even our ad girl's pumped up here. Even our ad girl is pumped up. Oh, here comes the Herald again.
Let's go
Ball's on the 20-yard line.
Here we go.
Oh, they're setting up for the field goal.
Greater Lawrence takes the timeout when they see them lined up for the field goal. Now we'll see if they come back out again in the field goal lineup.
They will not kick a field goal with 8 seconds left. They'll fake it out of this, Eric, if they come back out in the formation.
One of the reasons you might do this is if they have a bad snap, they can down it and take another shot, but that's going to put them well out of range.
If they have a bad snap here, they're going to have to call on they're going to have to call on the UMass Dartmouth kicker to get out here.
Well, that's one of the reasons they might do this in a college or a pro game.
Bob's keying in on, as we're talking here, Eric, Bob's keying in on all the little Reggies around us. We have a bunch of little Reggies around us. So we're gonna have to beam this game up to Lawrence next Monday. All right, so they're setting up on the 26-yard. This will be a 36-yard field goal for all the marbles. Kick is up, and it is no good.
So, Dick, do you agree with that call? With 8 seconds on the clock, you'd think you might have one more shot at the end zone before you have to kick.
Yeah, I thought definitely it was going to be a fake, Eric. I thought they were just setting up for that and going to run the fake out of it, and then either come back with the field goal with 1 or 2 seconds left on the clock, or go to the end zone. Gives the Reggie one more play from the 20. 3 seconds to go. I think you got to key on Bo Morales on this play. I think you have to do that. Reggies have already won a game this year with no time left on the clock. And Bo Morales ran it in from the 18 against Tingsboro. So they don't have Bo Morales set behind him, but we've seen him run out of that wing position.
And Fraker well deep.
And Coletti runs him down for the sack, so that will end the ball game in regulation, 14-14. Now both teams will go over to the sidelines, talk to their coaching staff, and then captains will come out onto the field. We're in the Island Airline cockpit here, Diana.
Yeah, we still are. It's a long flight. Island Air is is offering a holiday special. For $49, you can leave the Rock and then come back in the same day. The holiday special is good through December 31st, 1998, so take advantage of it. Get off island, go Christmas shopping. And that's Island Airlines that's offering that special. You can call them at 228-7575 or go down and visit them at Nantucket Airport.
Just mention some of our other fine sponsors here who bring you the fall season as we wait for the overtime to start, Diana.
That's right. Some of our fine sponsors today are Nantucket Bank, Arno's, Don Allen Ford, Congdon and Coleman Insurance Company, who also brings us our extra points today, Pacific National Bank, a division of Bank Boston, Hutch's, Inquirer and Mirror, Young's Bicycle Shop, Nantucket Island Pharmacy, J&M, Ramus Plumbing and Heating, Island Parcel Plus, Bob's Auto Repair, Atlanta Cafe, Valero and Sons, Peanut Bus Lines, Harbor Fuel, Island Airlines, Fairgrounds Restaurant, Nantucket Nectars, Fraker Construction Company, Milestone Electronics, Schooners, Nantucket 1 Hour Photo, and Suzanne's Hair Design.
We thank some of those fine sponsors, and we're going to have the co-captains heading out onto the field. And we'd like to say that the co-captains heading out in the field brought to you by Congdon and Coleman Insurance for all your insurance needs. Well, Eric, it don't get any better than this. Overtime in the Super Bowl. What more could you ask as Captain Joe Hallett and Alex Trevi head out to the middle of the field for the last time, and Coach Capizzo is really quite pleased with the way his seniors and these two co-captains have played all year, and certainly today, Eric.
Coin toss.
Winning the coin toss is not a big thing here.
Well, in a way it is, because if you go second, you know what you have to aim for, points-wise. You know that if you need a field goal, if you need a touchdown, if you need a touchdown and a conversion, or you know if you need a touchdown and a two-point conversion. So realistically, it's much more important than the coin toss on the initial kickoff.
Bob, here's what Coach Capizzo is going to send Channel 3 wanted to help him out. Also, everybody wants to know what a Reggie is, Bob. Everybody, here's what a Reggie is, everybody. These are the Greater Lawrence Reggies.
So Dick has now insulted the Herald writer, his co-anchor, and the entire Reggie fan squad.
So everybody in the world wants to know what a Reggie is. Now they know.
Hey, Dick, remind me next time when I go to a ball game with you to bring my bulletproof vest.
Isn't it fun sitting on the opposing side's field?
I'm creating distance between myself and Dick. I'm going to stand over here by Chris Warner.
Let's get our handheld camera out and go down on the field, Eric. Get right on the Reggie sideline. Okay, Nantucket's going to have first shot here, Eric. First and 10 for Nantucket. We're in overtime. Portions of the overtime brought to you by Valero and Sons.
Handoff goes to Matt Roberts.
Good yardage. Down inside the 5, maybe.
Big gain there for Matt Roberts.
Roberts doing an outstanding job running the ball, especially on first down situations.
He really is. They were stacked up on the right, and Roberts went the other way. Picked up 5 yards.
Constantly, the Reggies are going for the first fake, which is mostly to Gardner, and giving it back to Roberts. They take sights out, so that means they're going with the double tight end here, Eric. Second goal from the 5. Porter Fraker in the backfield, double tight end. Give to Fraker.
Huge play by the Greater Lawrence defense.
No room there for Fraker, a room outside. He gets taken down for a loss, so that's going to bring up third down and long. Nantucket's got to think, probably pass here, and then either pass a field goal again or fourth. You hate to kick a field goal and give the other team a chance to win it. They might have to throw the ball twice here. 3rd and 7.
Yeah, that loss, big for the Greater Lawrence defense. I mean, to gain 5 and then lose 2 when you only have...
Seitz and Franca split wide right and wide left. Trebi looking for them.
Broken up on the goal line. Great play.
Number 25, J.P. Vasquez breaks it up. And he breaks it up at the goal line. Looked like Seitz had a chance to get his hands on it, Eric. So it's 4th and goal from the 7. Timeout by Nantucket.
Don't forget, Valero and Sons is offering live cut Christmas trees. If you want a Christmas tree this year for Christmas, go down and see Valero and Sons. They also have awesome Christmas wreaths, and they're located at 60 Old South Road. And if you want, you can call them at 228-2397. But don't forget, start getting ready because Christmas is a-coming.
Probably the biggest play of the year for the Nantucket offense here, Eric. Puts a load of pressure on the defense if they can't come up here. 4th and goal from the 7. The last time this offense will play together as a unit, unless there's a penalty on the defense in this play. Both coaching staff going over with the team. The Reggie defense is nonchalantly heading back out into the field. That's a pretty good sign for the Wheeler offense. Wheeler offense is still over there talking to Coach Hickman and Coach Capizzo. And they've selected the play. Let's see who they got in there. They got Gardner, Franca. And they're going to go with the swinging gate, Eric. Watch this. Swinging gate. And they don't have a tee, though. They need a tee. They're going with the swinging gate. They will throw the ball to Franca out of this. Watch the pass to Franca. Trebi will run it. Gardner will run it.
Trebi eludes.
Oh! Away. So Nantucket does not score. The ball was sent right back to Trebi. Swinging gate. Nantucket's taking that from the playbook of Martha's Vineyard. Vineyard always sets up an out for their extra points. Most of the time they kick it. Sometimes they pass out. Nantucket, you almost knew they weren't going to kick it there. And so now Nantucket has to play defense just to get the tie.
Portion of today's game is brought to you by
And once
Hutch's
again, Jake,
Restaurant.
that coin toss comes into play big here because Greater Lawrence knows all they need for the win is a field goal.
Okay, Greater Lawrence, 1st and goal from the 10. Hand off to Bo Morales. And again, Hunter Mickelson there. Great game for Hunter. Right in the gap, knocks him down.
Hutch's has something for everyone. Low prices and quality food. Go visit Hutch's out at the airport and have a bite to eat after watching the game.
Okay, it's 2nd and 10. This time the Reggies split 2 wide right. Morales behind the center. Behind the quarterback who's behind the center. Reverse. And the Reggies win it on a reverse. And the stands are wrapped around us. So the Nantucket Whalers will have fought their hearts out all year, coming into this game 9-0-1. Suffer a tough one here in the overtime. They had Morales covered pretty much all day. And the fake by Morales going right. The handoff to, was it Caburn, number 4? Coming back. Caburn scores 2 of the touchdowns today here for the Reggies. He come back on a reverse. And the stands have emptied. It's become awful quiet around us here as the stands have emptied. And the good thing is we can get out of here alive, Diana, now.
Yeah, I guess so, but I'm going to be careful going to games with you again,
But it's a
Dick.
heartbreaking loss for the Whalers. And as we look out in the field, Bob, we'll swing the camera around to the Whalers. They're taking it real hard.
like to thank
It's a good game.
Kansas University and the University of Massachusetts Dartmouth for hosting today's Super Bowl 55 matchup.
Okay, we're counting up the votes here in the booth, and both teams are going to be on it out there. Shake hand. The Reggies finished their celebration in the end zone. Last year, the Reggies lost the Super Bowl on the last play of the game. This year, they turn it around and win the Super Bowl on the last play of the game. And the Nantucket Whalers, who have had a great season, ended on a real sour note here. And the votes have been counted, and we'd like to say that the Harbor Fuel players of the game are the seniors who have played their last game here for Nantucket. And the seniors again are Porter Fraker, Kevin Martin, Chris Gardner, Hunter Mickelson, Jordan Seitz, Butch Heiser, Matt Boynton, Brian Gowacki, Jason McGrath, Nick Lepre, Victor Farentella, and the two co-captains who had great games here today, Captain Alex Trevi and Captain Joe Howard. So we thank these seniors for bringing us a great 1998 fall. And we thank Eric Shaka for joining us today in the booth, coming down from the big city. Diana Palm on ads. Bob Laundrie on camera. This is Dick Herman. Before I say goodnight, I'd like to say maybe join us for some basketball and swimming and gymnastics coming up next week, and we'll have that on the scan. But this is Dick Herman again saying good night from Channel 3.